If I told you the things I've seen on my ways, if I told you the things I've done in my days, you wouldn't believe me anyway. So it's best I just don't say. I've lived 1,000 lives, I've piloted 1,000 souls, I killed and fought and died just for a single role.
Hello, friends of the internet. Welcome. They let me sit in this chair today. It's gonna get weird.
Yay!
We are gonna take this crazy train straight to Nightmare Town and play Monster of the Week in Silent Hill. So I hope you're ready to get creeped out, see some horrible and disgusting things, hear some gross descriptions, clanky noises perhaps.
Not just because I'm here.
Yeah! It's gonna be fun. But if you're not into really scary or gross things that are mildly disturbing, you've been warned. Sorry about it. Okay, so I'm Sam. I'm going to be your GM. We have some players who have chosen some playbooks. Let's start with you.
Hi, I'm Pooja. I'm playing Charlie, who is a stunt performer who has been wronged.
Hi, I'm Tappy, and I'm playing Ridley, a paranormal investigator who is really on top of everything.
Sure is.
Totes.
Totes.
Oh, God. Hi, I'm Joey. I am playing Austin, a law student who is also the Chosen.
Ooh.
And I'm Mac. I'm playing a psychic investigator who's also the spooky, so I'm playing a very against type today.
God, surprise! And all of these characters are somehow going to end up in Silent Hill, which, if you're not familiar with the Silent Hill video game and questionable movie franchise, is go back and play it. It's super fun if you like spooky things.
There was a movie?
No. No, there was
an
not.
attempt at a movie.
Aesthetically, the first one is very good.
Just have it on silent?
Yes.
Yeah, there it is.
Yes.
Put Silent Hill on silent.
Yeah. Just watch it in the background.
Very pretty, yeah.
Yeah.
And put the other one on a hill.
Yeah. And light it on fire.
And light it on fire.
Then explode it.
Yes. It is a town in Maine, that doesn't appear on many maps. It is a spooky place where people go and do not return. It may or may not be some sort of hell. We'll find out. But yeah, it's full of fog and monsters. So, we have character names and jobs, but we have to flesh out we have to put the flesh on the bones of the skeletons, as it were.
That's the opposite of what we normally do.
Yes. Yep.
It's definitely the opposite of what they're going to want to do to us in Silent Hill.
We're constructing instead of deconstructing. So first thing we're going to do is go ahead and choose your stats. You should have a couple of options there. In Monster of the Week, your character will have certain stats that are more important to them based on your powers.
How useless do I want to be is the question here.
That's a good question. One of the things about Silent Hill is there are monsters and you can fight them, but as in the game, the video game series, it is totally an option to run away from them, and sometimes advisable. So if your character is more useless in a fighty sort of way, you can always run, or try to.
Cool.
Yeah, that seems right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, where did the extra playbooks end up?
Oh, they're over here.
We have those, just in case I need an example one.
Faux show.
Yas.
I love how in this system there's like you get like 5 choices for ratings, and you're
Yeah.
like, do I want to be able to do this more or do this more? And like they're like the way that they balanced out the stats to start.
It's nicely balanced, so you can almost never get everything you want, so you have to make a little bit of a choice, which is fun. And then once you've picked your stats, then we can go down to go over to moves. So it should say at the top how many of those you get. We all get the basic moves, and then you get to pick a few different moves depending on your playbook. So, and while you guys are doing that, I think I mentioned before we started that our Silent Hill is going to be set before Game 1, for anybody who's familiar with the franchise. So this is going to be a little bit of a prequel in the town's history. Nebulous modern time setting, so don't have to worry about, not bringing modern phones and whatnot. Don't worry, they won't work in the town anyway.
I'm not sure about those stats. So many options.
Yeah, I just switched mine.
I also love that there is an option in the wronged moves called Safety First. And I am a stunt performer. So I am taking this, like, it works too. Like, it's you've jury-rigged extra protection into your gear.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes, exactly like what I do for my day job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. You take that knowledge and apply it to your extracurricular activities. Perfect.
Jury engagement's fun and profitable. Okay, no, it's not profitable.
I'm
What'd you
very
find?
excited.
Okay, what moves did you take?
So I took Telepathy. You can read people's thoughts and put words in their minds. This can allow you to investigate a mystery or read a bad situation without needing to actually talk. You can also manipulate someone without speaking. You still roll moves as normal, except people will not expect the weirdness of your mental communications.
Ooh, that's fun.
I took the Sight. You can see the invisible, especially spirits and magical influences. You may communicate and maybe even make deals with spirits you see, and they will give you more opportunities to spot clues when you investigate a mystery.
Love it.
And then Tune In. You can attune your mind to a monster or minion. And so it's roll plus weird, and basically get some ongoing questions and information about the monster.
That might be slightly madness-inducing, so good luck!
Yay! Yay! That's my favorite.
Okay, I think I'm
On
good.
brand.
What have you got for moves, Joey?
So I get Destiny's Plaything. At the beginning of each mystery, roll weird to see what is revealed about your immediate future. On a 10+, the keeper will reveal useful detail about the coming mystery. On 7 and 9, you get a vague hint about it. On a miss, something bad is going to happen to you. Here for a reason, there's something you are destined to do. Work out the details with the keeper based on your fate. You cannot die until it comes to pass. If you die in play, then you must spend a luck point. You will then somehow recover or be returned to life. Once your task is done, or you use up all your luck, all bets are off. And the move I had to pick, I picked Invincible. You always count as having 2 armor. This does not stack with other protection.
Nice.
I think my second move is going to be Berserk. No matter how much harm you take, you can always keep going until the current fight is over. During a fight, the keeper may not use harm moves on you, and you cannot die. When the fight ends, all harm takes effect as normal.
Oh, wow.
And I'm really taking it because of that last line.
Okay.
Because that is...
I like that.
I really do. Love it.
So
It was either that or DIY surgery. Which is also very on brand for my career.
That's amazing. I take that. That sounds great.
I know. It's like, should I take DIY surgery instead of Berserk?
Yeah, all of these moves are
They're
really
all good.
Like,
I know.
I'm kind of angry about it. Like, I can take Contrary, which is when you seek out and receive someone's honest advice for the best course of action, and then do something else instead, you mark experience. If you do exactly the opposite of what they say, you take +1 forward in doing that. Or no, +1 forward, +1 ongoing on any moves pursuing that opposite course. Which sounds amazing, but also terrible. Just like all of these.
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely taking suspicious mind. If someone lies to you, you know it.
Okay. That's good.
And then, man, I don't know. There's one called Crazy Eyes, which I just want to take on principle.
Yeah. I mean, you can just have that aesthetic choice if you want. But that is up to you. Okay. So we've all got most of our moves, at least. On your second page, you should get to pick your gear. Some of them have different options, so...
How did you want to handle the chosen special weapon? You just have the option under business info as artifact, which might work for the...
Yeah. I think an artifact can work.
Okay. And just the form, staff, haft, handle, chain, or I guess we make up one of our own. I'm totally fine with you taking narrative control on that, as far as what it looks like.
There is an in-game item that I can give you for that. I'm not going to tell you how it works.
Sure.
But because you said chain, you have a locket that you know is from your original parents.
Okay.
It's on a chain, and it's small, kind of egg-shaped, and silver. So along with your jobs, you each have kind of a tiny backstory that I've written for you. So Austin, who is the chosen, recently found out that they were adopted and their real parents are from Silent Hill. Ridley, our flake, has been reading about Silent Hill for years online. One of your fellow investigators has fallen silent after telling you about a lead about how to find the town's IRL location. Yeah, it's definitely aliens.
It's absolutely aliens.
Quinn, our spooky psychic investigator, visits Silent Hill in her dreams every night. Night after night, wandering its foggy streets. Maybe if she went there, she could find a way to make the nightmares stop. She's so tired. Aww. And then Charlie, our wrong stunt performer. Your older sibling, Reese, died under mysterious circumstances after moving to Shepherd's Glen, a town near Silent Hill. You heard whispers that Reese joined a cult there, and you believe the cult is to blame for your sibling's demise. Get that revenge.
Oh, yeah. I'm coming for you, bitches. What was the name of the town?
Shepherd's Glen.
Shepherd's Glen.
You have all your page 2 stuff picked out?
Oh, Jesus.
You should have you've got options on this one.
Oh, for the dark side stuff? And the look and all that?
Yeah.
I haven't picked the dark side stuff yet.
Oh, man, I get to take a flashlight. Fuck, yeah.
Well, you're gonna need that. Yeah, so there should be some options for, like, gear and for your look. And some other playbook-specific stuff.
Oh, what's the really crazy actor's name who's in Lost Boys? Okay, they're all
The
crazy.
one crazy
Yeah,
actor in Lost Boys.
Yeah, I was like,
Corey,
are you
one of
talking
the
about Kiefer
Coreys?
Sutherland?
No.
Or
One of the Coreys, no?
Yes,
Okay.
Haim?
or Feldman?
that one.
Okay.
I want to look like Corey Feldman.
Perfect.
I was like, Corey Haim or the other one.
With mullet and everything.
yeah, mullet and
Yeah.
everything. I love
Okay.
it. Okay, so once you have your options picked out, you can do kind of an intro, let everybody know, remind everybody your name, your look, what you do, any salient points about your character.
You want to go around the table?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so I'm playing Quinn, who's the spooky and also a psychic investigator. They are androgynous looking with pained eyes and goth clothes because, of course. There are tags to pick for a dark side, and I picked mood swings, addiction, and hallucinations. She's addicted to smoking her clove cigarettes.
Beautiful.
High school.
They help calm her down during like all of her psychic bullshit.
Makes perfect sense. I like it.
Clubs.
Tappy, what you got?
For my gear, I took a shotgun, which I assume is like a old like break-open double barrel nonsense. A watchman's flashlight, and throwing knives because the throwing knives are cool.
Oh, shotgun knife twinsies.
Yeah. And then my look, man with wild eyes and army surplus gear.
Corey Feldman, got it. Perfect. I love it. Pooja?
I, once again, Charlie, who's a stunt performer, and I carry a sawn-off shotgun, which she really learned how to use while she was on the set of the Evil Dead television show. And 9mm and a big knife.
Big knife. Perfect.
And she is a woman with untouchable eyes who wears casual looking but really expensive clothes. As you always do in Hollywood.
Naturally.
Beautiful. And Joey.
I am playing Austin, the law student. Like we said, his special weapon is a locket that his parents gave him, his original parents, which is made of silver. He is a man with a hopeful face and preppy clothes, because he's a law student, and that's what they wear in my headcanon. Then I don't know much else about equipment, but I have stuff about my fate.
Okay, tell us about your fate.
I found out about my fate because some weirdo told me, which I'm assuming was the guy who worked at the records office, because they're all weirdos. No offense if you work at a records office, but come on. And I had to pick 2 heroic and 2 doom tags for my fate, so I picked a normal life and mystical inheritance for heroic, and for doom I picked failure and hosts of monsters.
Nice.
Those seem theme appropriate.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, and for what it's worth, I'm thinking like my character is the typical like the jangly goth kind of clothes, where it's like very, long flowing skirts and lots of necklaces and charms and crap like that.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fortune teller goth.
Yeah,
Perfect. Okay, beautiful. So we're going to do 2 more things before we get started. Let's decide kind of how we all know each other. How did you all meet?
Do we do history?
Oh yeah, do history, if you have that. History. Oh yeah, okay. When it's your turn, pick one for each of the other hunters. Yes, that's what I wanted.
Who goes first? Okay.
So, what's your character's name?
Ridley.
So, remember like in Bedknobs and Broomsticks where she's taking the correspondence course and he's a total fraud, but it fucking works? I think that's like where she knows him from. He's a fraud, but he's like, yes, but you have to attune this and that, and like
and then it works,
and it actually works, and that's how she knows Ridley.
I love that.
Oh yeah,
that's really
in
fun.
my head, you are now a goth Angela Lansbury, and I'm in love with it.
Here for it, yes.
Yes.
Down for it.
Have you ever seen the court jester? Make that goth.
Okay, so maybe that was initially rivals, but now you both respect each other's talents for history.
Oh, they're all different.
They're all different, right?
They're all different. Yeah. So, taught you to control your powers to the extent that you control them all.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can control that you can control them at all. That's not English.
Okay. All right.
You can barely control your powers, and it's my fault. Basically what that says. Okay.
Oh, I see how that was intended to be written, but it's a confusing sentence. But yeah.
What's your character's name again?
Quinn.
Okay. And Austin.
Let's see. Let's do Who wants to be my best friend in the world who I totally trust?
I totally was going to choose one for you, though, as you went through hell together. Maybe a monster, maybe military service, maybe a time in an institution. Whatever it was, it bound you together, and you have total trust in each other.
I do like that one. Then I might have a better one if you want to go with that one,
Mm-hmm.
which is you saved their life back when they didn't know monsters were real. Tell them what you saved them from.
That's perfect.
Okay, so you guys are besties. And what did you save Ridley from?
I think what would it have been?
What's your character's name again?
Charlie.
Charlie.
Why am I completely blanking? This is terrible.
Werewolf, vampire.
It's short for
ghost.
Charlotte, but if anybody calls me
Let's
that,
go
I'll punch
ghost.
them in the
Let's
face.
stick with the with the paranormal kind of feel of
Yeah.
the game. And
Okay.
A werewolf with an arm of a vampire.
Powered by
Fused-
ghosts.
They're fused together, powered by ghosts.
Yeah.
So they did a bunch of cocaine about it.
I think
So what was it? Sorry, I was too busy making a joke. What was it? What was the
Ghosts.
thing? Ghost. Okay.
He saved you from ghosts. All right, Charlie, what you got?
I was thinking that Quinn could have helped me at a critical point in my quest for revenge, and I needed help, like, tracking the cult back to Silent Hill. And you had an in with those cultists.
Or
a
with
line
your
on
psychic
those.
powers,
Yeah.
maybe? Yeah.
I like that. I actually picked out, because I'm guessing we're picking out one for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I actually picked out one for Charlie, which I think would make it an interesting combination. You've known each other for some time, but since your powers manifested, you keep them at a distance emotionally.
Ooh, I like it.
So it's like, yeah, I'll help you, but, you know, just because this is what I do as my job now.
But, like, don't read too much into it.
Yeah, exactly.
Perfect. You ready?
I am ready. Because I was going to choose one for Quinn, which is they're somehow tied into it all. You've been keeping an eye on them. And like, oh, it works. Oh, yeah, it works. How does it?
We're totally bed knobs and broomsticking,
Yeah.
which is now a phrase that I've said with my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
But Nub Super 6 is so good.
It's so good.
I think that Austin saw me absolutely lose it and go berserk.
Ooh.
And then that situation was like, I am going to say that there was a situation where there was a small nest of vampires, like really young ones, and they had Renfielded some people.
Okay.
And I saw them, like, attempt to Renfield, like they were kidnapping teenagers. And I just absolutely lost my shit on that. And cleared out, like, the whole nest.
Dang.
And how much collateral damage did I cause?
Oh, too much that could have been swept. That couldn't. It couldn't be swept under the rug. The authorities had to get involved, and I had to kind of talk lawyer at them to get you out of trouble. Which I think it was what ended our romantic entanglement. If that's cool with you.
Totally is out with that.
Okay.
You know, not many people, like, stay close to you once they see your true self.
Yeah. Well.
I love that, the drama.
I also have one picked out for Austin,
Hit me.
actually, which is really weird to say because it's my brother's name. So I'm like, you used your powers on them one time. Decide if it was for selfish reasons or not, and tell them if they found out about it. So I actually have a power that's like you can tune in your mind to a monster or a minion, and since you've kind of got like some weirdness going on, I feel like I did that once, and I'm not sure that you quite picked up on it.
I dig that.
Yeah, so it's just like, and I think that she's still trying to decide if you are a, like, monster or not, and is, like, kind of still trying to feel that situation
Keeping him
out.
around just in case he's useful, but also, like, ready to put him out if he needs.
Yeah.
I dig that. I love that, actually. I really dig that.
Yeah, it's like, you might be a problem, but I'm not sure yet, so I can't do anything about it, but I also don't want you to go out and, like, level a city or some shit, so...
Fair point.
Oh, can I do a second one for you? Do you mind?
I don't care.
I just think it'd be fun with the, like, since your power is manifested, you're emotionally distant, and we've known each other for a long time because we're related. That you're actually, like, my first cousin, and we grew up near each other, so we used to always hang out. Like, we kind of grew up together.
I love that.
So, if Charlie dated Austin, right, and I've known you forever, then would I be, like, old friends with you?
Maybe. I was thinking that... Oh, maybe, yeah. We would all kind of, like, have known each other for a bit then.
Like,
Yeah.
I was thinking of old friends who originally met through a long chain of coincidences, which is how you actually, like, met Austin. And that's how I met you, was through her. And started teaching on, like, mumbo jumbo. It's like, oh, God, just doing the thing again. And then there were actually vampires. Like, I can't fucking tell them that they're actual fucking vampires. It was like, I will never live that down because I made fun of him for like 10 years about vampires.
I love it. I
See?
think that's fantastic. And the one I thought that might be perfect for you is they also lost a friend or relative to these monsters. Ask them who it was. So who was it?
Well, your fellow investigator did just go silent recently.
Yeah, but I think there'd be another one.
Okay, maybe further back, and that's why
maybe
you
further
started
back.
investigating Silent Hill?
Or that might be why I first started talking about it to people. Like, I was reading it, and then, like, you know, like, my uncle was taken or something like that, who was, like, telling me about it. And I'm like, it's fucking real! My uncle's gone. It's like, your uncle's a drunk. And he just, like, went on the lam because he's wanted by the authorities. Like, vampires didn't take him. Fucking take him. So.
I like that.
Okay,
Oh,
so
and
your
I love-
uncle was also taken. After.
Like, after your uncle was taken and you got into the stuff and you found out about Silent Hill, and then that's how I knew Shepherd's Glen was close to Silent Hill, to ask you for help getting a beat on these cultists and, like, finding out exactly where Silent Hill was.
Amazing. It's all connected.
And I think my last one is for you, and I think this might work with your reading my head and keeping track on me. Arrival at first, but you came to a working arrangement. I think, because you work as a paranormal or a psychic investigator,
Yeah.
I think because I also have some power, I don't use it overtly.
Oh.
And I'm kind of unsure of you because you do use it overtly. Like, you're like, yeah, fuck it. Like, this isn't shit you should be fooling around with. What the fuck are you doing? So maybe that angle?
Yeah, I think that works.
Okay. As I'm putting it together, I'm getting very, like, not...
And there might have been some weirdness to be like, are you good enough to date my cousin? Because we grew up
Totally.
together, and be like, I don't know about this person. They're kind of weird, and I maybe don't.
Yes, I dig that. yes.
When we broke up, like, when I got home, you were already there with ice cream and booze.
Yeah, actually, it's funny. There's a power I didn't take called hunches, when you can, like, check when something bad's happening. I feel like that would have been, like, the kind of thing. It was just fucking new.
Like, oh, time to get the ice cream.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay, so the last thing we're going to do is I'm going to borrow a little thing from Things from the Flood and give you guys some shame. So this will be something that your character regrets and doesn't want other people to know. You'll get to use it once in the game to re-roll, but once it's used, everyone knows what your shame is.
Yeah, I have such real life feels about this right now.
Right? What if we brought our own shame with us to the game?
Yeah,
I mean-
try to pick something that's not triggering for you.
This is why I can't sleep.
Try to pick something that your mother doesn't always bring up in every phone call.
Yeah, that.
Ooh.
You good, Tappy? Do you have
Well,
an
no,
idea?
I'm trying to think of things that everybody wouldn't already know. For a character. It's just an embarrassment in general.
Oh, for your character?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hard.
It can be something small that just they feel very heavy about, like, you know, your character shoplifted when they were 12, and, like, they've just never gotten over that experience of, like, running from the shopkeeper and feeling like a criminal or whatever.
So immigrant shame.
Not specifically.
No, it's just one of those things that, like, it's like the small thing that blows out of proportion and snowballs until, like, is a very, like, I have immigrant parents kind of
Oh, yeah.
shame event. Not a specific thing
Or
that
it
all
can-
immigrants do.
It can
That's
be
not what I
something
meant.
like your character killed someone before you knew any of these people, and nobody knows about it.
I have one.
Do you have one?
Oh, yeah.
I have one too.
Do you want to say it, or do you want to pass it to me?
Well, I'd have to write more. My handwriting's terrible, so
fair.
I'll just say it. Gave away something magic to someone to impress them.
Ooh.
That found out later was really important and or powerful or something.
Maybe you gave it to the wrong person.
Yeah.
I love that.
I wanted to impress a girl. And he's like, ooh, check this out. No, you can have that. And then they vanished.
Oops.
And we
Okay.
were like, who? And I gave it to, like, Jessica. You know her? She's the new girl in class. We have no
Okay.
new girls in class.
Give me a name.
Tyrell.
Nice.
Okay. And who did you give your powerful magical item to?
Well, she said she was human, and her name was Jessica.
I love it. That's great.
Here, pass it over to Sam.
So cute.
Okay.
Let me sign. I apologize for my terrible handwriting.
Ooh, okay. And these may or may not come up. It's up
for
to you
sure.
if you want to use it, and narratively there might be hints in the game.
I think my character actively worked to break up the relationship between
Ooh.
Oh.
Austin and Charlie.
I like that. Okay.
I love the amount of, like, romantic, like, teen drama we have right now.
Uh-huh.
How long ago was this incident?
Yeah, how long have you two been broken up?
I'd say at least a year.
I was going to say 8 weeks.
Pressure is better.
8 weeks ago.
Let's go 8 weeks, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Okay. Excellent. So,
I still hate you.
you've all been percolating the Silent Hill issue for years. Quinn's nightmares are getting worse. You want to get revenge. Ridley also wants to know what happened to his uncle. And Austin, you are pretty sure that your destiny is somewhere in there because that's where your parents are from. So you finally decided to go to Silent Hill. And you all pile in whose car?
That'd be my car. That would be shitty.
You all pile into Ridley's shitty. What kind of car do you have?
Station wagon.
Yes! Beautiful. Pile into your shitty station wagon and you head off to towards where you think Silent Hill is, based on your friend's information, because it does not appear on the map.
And also, like, Maine is terrifying. I've had to drive in Maine before, and there are no mountains, and there's woods everywhere, so you can't tell where you are.
Yes, it's everything looks the
So
same.
scary.
So many trees everywhere. It's terrifying.
For someone who grew up in the flatlands, no mountains is such a perk. The time I drove through Colorado, I was, like, fucking terrified.
mountains. They're majestic.
I grew
Not
up.
when you're on them.
Oh, that's true.
I grew up mountain driving. But you know where you are. Getting lost, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
Now we have GPS and stuff, but you didn't once upon a time.
It's true. So you get nearish where you think the town is, and you start stopping at gas stations and little towns outside of in the area. And the residents are pretty cagey when you start asking about Silent Hill. They're like, why would you want to go there? And then go back to their business. But as you're leaving the gas station in Shepherd's Glen, an older gentleman that was hanging out outside the gas station kind of shambles over to you, and he asks you why you're going to Silent Hill.
I'm trying to find answers about my brother Reese.
Oh, your brother went to Silent Hill?
I think so.
Oh, all of you know this person?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard of him.
Yeah.
I know your brother.
Close enough. I talked about Reese
Yeah.
a lot.
I saw pictures.
And he looks kind of sad. He's looking over his shoulders. He's like, I had a brother once. It's like, okay.
Did he go to Silent Hill too?
He didn't come back.
Neither did Reese.
They never do.
Is he
Listen.
lying about this?
No, he's not lying. Listen, I wouldn't go there if I were you. But I understand what
I
you're
can't
going
let
through.
it go.
If you want to find the town, it's easy to miss. The turnoff, you go down the road here, get back on the highway. Before you get to the first turnoff, there's a street to the left. You could almost miss it. The trees are lined up real weird. Go through the side road, across the covered bridge, and they say that takes you to Silent Hill. That's where my brother went. I didn't never see him again.
Thank you.
So no one who goes to Silent Hill comes back? What about the people who live there?
I never met anybody that lived there.
Then how'd you know it's there?
Listen, I've just heard the stories. That's where my brother went. He didn't come back. My advice, get in your station wagon and go back where you came from.
That's not an option.
Is that your honest advice?
Yeah, he's
Yes.
he's scared for you.
What's your brother's name?
Jeremiah.
Well, if I find Jeremiah, who should I say sincere regards?
Tell him Miller says he wishes he came home. Tell him I forgive him. And he kind of looks over his shoulder and he sees some people like watching him talk to you, and he's like, I gotta go. You're gonna do what you're gonna do, but don't tell anybody you talk to me except my brother.
Is there a place to get snacks?
He just looks at the gas station.
No, I was asking you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get Actually, no, that's even better. Is there a place to get snacks? Oh, thanks.
Just for shits and giggles,
Yeah.
because he had like the moment of saying, tell him I forgive him.
Yeah.
Can I try my telepathy to see if I can read his thoughts as to what he's forgiving him for?
Mm-hmm.
What do I do for that?
Let's see. So you are gonna roll plus. There should be your attribute. I'm guessing.
It says this can allow you to investigate a mystery or read a bad situation without actually needing to talk.
Roll plus weird, which is
Yay.
use magic.
So that's going to be 6 and 8.
8.
8.
Okay, so you kind of dig into his brain a little bit while he's talking, and when he says the word forgive, you get this flash of 2 little boys and a house on fire.
She kind of like winces a little bit and shakes her head like, oof, but doesn't actually call him out on anything because that's like real bad.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing this isn't going to trigger my contrary move, where I'm doing the opposite of his advice, and so I get experience and +1 ongoing.
Yeah,
that'd be
you
a
can
long-
take experience because you're.
All right, sure.
If you're going to Silent Hill, he specifically told you not to do that. All right. So does anybody want to get snacks? Do we have to shop before we can go to Silent Hill?
I just want to get like a whole thing, like, well, it's like who knows how long we're going to be there. It'll be like a comical amount of like little like chip bags.
I love it. That's perfect.
Right, who knows how long we're going to be there? I'm going to run to the bathroom real quick.
Yeah, definitely use this bathroom. The ones in Silent Hill are scary. So
Could it get some jerky? Because in my head, like whatever, like rural American town this is, makes their own jerky.
Ooh, yeah. You've got some like locally labeled jerky.
It's like salmon
made
jerky
in
or something.
somebody's backyard.
Yeah, it's definitely salmon jerky. Delicious. All right, we've got our snack. Do you want any snacks?
Oh yeah, I'm probably a little of this and a little of that. Some Twinkies.
Perfect. Yeah, those won't go bad.
Monsters
Yeah, I was
love
about
those.
to say they keep forever.
It's true. All right, so you have a station wagon full of crinkly snacks to attract attention.
Uh-huh. Planning ahead.
Are you going to follow the directions that he gave you?
Sure.
It's early in the
I mean,
morning.
yeah.
You've got plenty of day ahead of you.
Yeah. I mean, may as well see if... he wasn't lying to me.
Nope.
So,
Yeah,
we are 100%
he
going
was
to
not
go
lying.
that way.
He's the only one that would talk to you about it. So.
Uh-huh.
All right, so you head down the road to his directions. You get back on the highway, and you're.
I'm
ahead.
going to have Quinn take notes real quick on, like, the direction we're going to see if it makes a sigil.
Okay.
I'll be like, oh, that's fascinating. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
That's really fun. I love that.
And she's like genuinely like, oh, okay, because like your stuff is worked out before for her.
Yeah. So you're going pretty slow. There's nobody else really on the road, so you
Uh-huh.
slow down to make sure you don't miss the turnoff. And you still have to like, and then back up a little bit, and you're like, oh wait, you get to like the perfect spot where the like labyrinth thing happens, where the trees open up, and you're like, there is a road there. So you make your left, and the trees are very thick, so you can't see the sky really at all. It's pretty dark in this part of the forest. And you can see there's a covered bridge coming up ahead. So you drive into it.
Who were we told about this bridge?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Neither myself nor the character remembers that.
Yeah. So you enter the bridge, driving, and do you have the radio on? Are you listening to any music?
Sure we are.
Yeah.
It's such a shitty station wagon. It's probably been stuck on some like really bad station for a long time.
It's on an AM station.
Yeah.
Oh.
The FM doesn't really
The
work
FM
so
doesn't
well.
really work.
Yeah.
I got hit by a rock, had the antenna that's like in the windshield that they did for a little while, and a rock hit it, and so yeah, I don't get AM now. That
Yes.
sucks.
11:50 a.m.
We
doesn't
forgot to
shake
roll
me
my
up.
Destiny's Plaything.
Ooh, roll your thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is plus weird. That's an 11.
Ooh.
Nice.
Okay.
So on a
and-
10 plus, the keeper will reveal a useful detail about the coming mystery.
Ooh, okay. A useful detail about the coming mystery. Let's see. As you go into the tunnel, you get a flash of a vision.
Okay.
And it's a girl in a church. You see, she looks kind of a little bit old-fashioned, not full-on like Amish level, but a little Laura Ashley situation is happening. And she's got kind of stringy hair. She looks young, but she's definitely an adult. And she is sneaking through the church. And you see her kind of pocket something from an altar. And then kind of very shiftily look around and try to run out.
Okay. Awesome.
Okay, so that hits you at about the time that you enter the tunnel. It's very dark in there. You can almost see a little bit of light. You've got put your headlights on real quick, and then your radio starts to go weird. It starts to crackle. You get static. You're not getting any of that music that you had before. And at the time where it crescendos, your headlights go dark and you're thrust into pitch black. for about 30 seconds.
Can I just slam on the brakes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to do that real quick. I'm not going to take 30 seconds to do that.
Dude, I thought you had this car checked out before we left.
I thought it's old. This shouldn't happen, though. Both of them shouldn't go at one time. I didn't hit anything.
I think Quinn's paying close attention to the static and trying to listen for patterns in the static, because it's something that has been told to her before to pay attention to.
Okay, are you trying
the white noise kind of thing?
Roll your weird for me.
So that's going to be a 9.
A 9. Okay, nice. So you can hear just a hint of music, and you feel like if you just tuned the dial a little bit, you could get it to focus on what you're hearing.
So I just kind of reach out to the dial and start very carefully twisting it just a little bit, almost like I'm picking a combination lock.
Yes, exactly. It's very minute pieces, but then you get it kind of locked on, and the static clears up, and you hear just a very tremulous shamisen happening in a high note with just a wailing low note underneath of it. It's not pleasant to the ears.
Sure.
Who is sitting in the passenger seat?
Probably me.
Well, if she was,
if
Quinn was just messing with the radio,
Yeah,
then it was probably
assumed.
Quinn.
I figure I was probably peppering Ridley with a lot of questions about what was going on.
Okay.
And you just wanted to put the 2 X's in the back seat, is what you wanted to do.
Oh yeah.
We're as far away from each other as
Oh,
the
yeah.
car will allow.
Because I'm going to flip out my flashlight. And you're like, will somebody get on the hood and shine this forward?
Yeah, I volunteer.
That moment, yes. Okay, perfect. Awesome.
Oh yeah, weird music out here. Ooh.
No. Oh, it's only a bonus that I get away from that sound.
So you climb on the roof with the flashlight and point it straight ahead?
I'm actually going to walk on the side of the car
Okay.
and point it ahead so that we can go together.
Okay.
Just real slow.
Yeah.
Okay, now we're stuck going 4 miles an hour.
Yeah. So you can see about 15 feet ahead of you with the flashlight. The darkness is pretty pervasive, but after a few minutes of going literally 4 miles an hour, you see there's a light at the end. It's a little dim.
This is a lot longer tunnel than it looked like from the outside.
Yeah. I mean, you didn't see the sides of it because there were a lot of trees around.
Well, I mean, everything's longer when you're going slow. You think that's enough light for you to get us to the end?
So. Maybe? I can't really just tell if I'm going directly forward or not.
Okay. I'll just keep walking then.
Cool. So about 15 minutes later, you come to the opening of the other side.
We won't
of
go
the
directly
bridge.
to the opening. When we're close enough. Direction.
You let poor Charlie back in the car, and you drive. And you see the reason it's so dark in here is because everything is covered in the thickest layer of fog you have ever seen. The visibility is very low. Even if you had your headlights on, which they're not working right now, it would not cut through this. There's a teensy bit. You can tell it's daylight, but other than that, it's pretty limited. You have maybe 20 feet of visibility in front of you.
Oh, it's like that fog where when you turn on your headlights thinking it'll be better, it's worse.
Makes it worse.
It just reflects right back into your eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess 4 miles an hour it is.
But as you drive slowly forward, you see a sign off to the side of the road that says, "Welcome to Silent Hill."
Result.
Yay, we made it.
Hello, the weather pattern.
Yeah.
Well, it's just foggy, and we're in Maine.
Not weirded out by the weather. Perfect, I like it. So you're driving. You see the street sign. The road that you're on is called Nathan Avenue, and as you get closer to the town, you see a big. The fog opens up just a little bit, enough to see a big expansive lake over to your left, There's a shore with a couple of small buildings. One says Historical Society on it. Has a little cute boat launch outside. And then to the front of you and off to the right is like a concentration of buildings, like a town.
Why would the Historical Society have a launch? Are they a boat historical society?
It is
Draw
on the
people
water.
What?
Draw people in. No one necessarily goes with a historical society to, learn the history of a small town. It's a historical society and boats.
Does this seem to match with like what I've seen of the town in my dreams?
It's a different angle than you usually see it from, but yes, you recognize some things. You can kind of like, if you squint your eyes because you're looking for it from your dreams, you can see there's an island out in the middle of the lake, and you're like, okay, I've seen that, but like not from this angle. And you kind of feel like if you keep going, the terrain will be familiar to you.
Can I reach out with my feelings, for lack of a better word, to see if there's any sense of belonging? Like,
Ooh, I like that. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's roll plus weird for that.
okay. That is a 10.
10. Okay. Yes. You definitely this feels like a homecoming for you. It feels both familiar and filled with dread.
Good.
A more accurate sense of homecoming has never been described.
Right?
Hey, Charlie. Not in game. Are you okay with me calling you Chuck? That's my nickname for you. Please say no. Please say no.
No, I'm really not. But the fact that like you do it anyway tells me a lot about you.
Does bring me some bits of joy to hear you call her Chuck.
Hey, Chuck. My name's Charlie. All right, Chuck.
Beautiful.
So where are we going now?
This
That's
all
up to you
seems so
guys.
familiar.
Right. It seems so familiar.
No, it's the place I've been dreaming about.
Me too.
Seriously, like fog and all.
Fog and all. I didn't say it was good dreams.
Does make some
I assume
semblance
not.
of sense. I don't know, this feels strangely right.
But also wrong.
Yeah, I can't explain it. It's I feel at peace and also completely on edge.
You too? Wow. I know exactly what you guys mean.
I definitely empathize with the second part of that statement. Though maybe the car trip had something to do with that.
So
Where do you think we should go? We should find some people?
Yeah, you haven't seen anybody out and about quite yet. You've made it kind of to like the edge of town, but you don't see anybody out like walking around on the streets.
Have I ever seen people or what I thought were people in my dreams?
You catch glimpses of humanoid figures, and if you chase them, it's a fruitless chase in your dreams.
I was just wondering if there was one place in particular that they seemed to be that I would want to go investigate particularly.
In your dreams, you always seem to end up in like a handful of places. There's a park overlooking the water that has like a kind of classically Victorian creepy mansion across the street from it. And just down the block from that, there's a church that you remember passing those kind of over and over in your dreams.
What day of the week is it?
Let's roll a die. Let's find out. 3. That's going to be Wednesday.
Wednesday, okay. So, not church services then.
As you come into town, there's there's a street leading down to your right. You can see the waters to your left. That park that you kind of dream about, you see like the edge of what you think is that ahead of you. And then off down to your right, there's some gas stations, businesses. Stores and stuff.
Turn right. Turn right.
To where?
The park over there.
Okay, well, I'm going to go find a gas station.
You were just at a gas station.
I know, and someone will be at this gas station. I'm
You're
going to do
in
the
luck.
opposite.
There is a gas station literally across the street from the park.
Damn it!
You can split the party if you would like.
I'm telling you, go right.
Well, we can go there after the gas station. Just there somebody be there. There's always someone at a gas station, right?
Well, in theory, there'd be someone there to serve gas.
You can't pump your own
What
gas in this.
century are you from?
Look at this place. You think they're up to date?
The gas prices at the station are suspiciously low. Like decades ago low.
Bastards.
Do you stop at the station?
We're gonna stop at the station,
Okay.
and then we'll.
Well, no, because it's across the street from that park. So I'm
Mhm.
going to get out of the car and start, like, absently sort of wandering towards the park.
Perfect.
And I'm going with Quinn.
Hello? Is there anybody there?
Not outside. But there's a dim light coming from inside the station.
I'll go to the door. Is it locked or
No, it's not locked.
open the door?
It makes a way too loud bell noise when you open it because it's very quiet here.
Hello?
And you can hear some like shuffling from the back.
Is it an electric bell?
No, it's an actual metal bell.
I love everything.
And you hear like a loud like thump, and you're like, and a God damn it from the back.
Hello? Sorry. We're just trying to get some gas.
The guy in a gas station uniform comes out, and you startled the shit out of me, son.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
That's all right. We don't usually not this busy this time of day.
there's
Well-
one car.
Well, we're new in town, and we were just wondering what is around.
Oh, you come for vacation, tourists?
Yeah, you could say that.
He has a little badge that says Richard on it, and he's in a matching gas station uniform to the. He looks a little confused. We don't get much tourists around here this time of year. Well, I mean, y'all probably passed the historical society coming in. That's usually kind of popular, and we got some statues down the park over there.
Is there any like paranormal stuff here, like ghosts or like witches society and stuff? Like, I'm super interested in that kind of thing. We just came from Salem.
And he like gets real still and looks at you. He's like, "That's a weird kind of thing to ask somebody."
Well, yeah, we travel all over looking for that.
I mean, I guess you could check down the church. They might know. Hospital's half abandoned. Probably kind of creepy.
Huh, that sounds a good place to start.
Yeah. Question. The information that told me that my parents were potentially from here, did they give any names to who my parents were? Last name or...
Oh, yeah. Yes. You know that their last name was Gillespie.
Do you know any of the Gillespies? Are they still around?
There's a few, yeah. Yeah, I think they live mostly up on the other side of the lake in central Silent Hill. This is South Silent Hill.
We're more on the south side.
Great. Their family, just trying to track them down.
Oh, you got family here.
Yeah, I just kind of found out about it.
Oh, very cool. Well, you should talk to Miss Ellis. She knows pretty much the history of the whole town. You can find her. She works down at the Historical Society, and if anybody knows about your family stuff, it'd probably be her.
Oh, that's great. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you got it. Do you guys need some gas while you're here?
We just got gas. Actually, I think we actually might be okay on gas. You know, I think I was wrong. Let me go check. I think I have 2 tanks.
He looks a little disappointed, to be honest, because he was hoping to pump your gas and get a tip.
Right. But I mean, I'm sure the tires could use some inflating.
We can just give him a tip.
Bribe the mannequin.
Right.
Yeah, we could check the tires and stuff. Maybe the fluids might need something.
Oh yeah. I'll give it a once over. You guys just peruse the snacks on it here.
Well, we can go see how the girls are doing.
Yeah, we're gonna check out the park. The park looks pretty cool.
Oh yeah. It's nice. It overlooks the water. You can get a pretty clear view this time of day.
You did have problems with the headlights.
Oh
Oh yeah, and we had problems with the headlights. Silly me. In fact, Ridley would totally have forgotten that.
I also negative 1 sharp, so yeah.
Instantly
We have the
forgot.
sharpest tools in the shed.
I love it.
Yeah, no, we may have forgotten that.
Not the sharpest cookies in the crayon box.
Yes, 100% that.
So he goes out towards your car and he's gonna give it a once over.
Mm-hmm.
Did you lock your doors when you came out?
No.
Okay. You guys are walking over to the park?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I would still have my flashlight on me, but I don't think I wouldn't be armed or anything like that.
Okay. So as you walk over to the park, you look back and he's fussing with your headlights and checking the fluid levels and whatnot. And you can see Charlie and Quinn over in the park. What are you doing in the park?
I think I'm just trying to reach out with my senses and just trying to feel if there's something there that's been calling to me since it's been what I've been having nightmares about.
Okay.
And I do have the sight. You can see the invisible, especially spirits and magical influences.
Ooh, okay. Is that associated with one of your stats, or is that just a thing you have?
It just says you may communicate, maybe even make deals with the spirits you see, and they give you more opportunities to spot clues when you investigate a mystery.
Okay. Cool.
So I can roll something if you want, though.
Yeah, let's just see how quickly it takes you to notice it. So this is the park that you guys are in. You walk up to it, and it looks like this.
Yay!
It's
That's
a
beautiful.
nice sunny day for everyone at home. Nope, it's very foggy. There's some pillars, there's some lights that aren't on, and then there's kind of a weird hedge maze situation bordering it.
I don't know, that sounds like a nice sunny day to me.
I know, right?
It's a lovely day to go for a walk.
So roll your weird.
Yeah!
See how you do.
So that's going to be 7, 8, 9.
9. Okay, perfect. So you walk into the park and you kind of feel yourself sync up to your nightmares, and almost without thinking about it, you find yourself navigating the winding sections of it to the center, where you find a memorial stone that looks like this.
Spoopy, I like it.
Ooh, in the park.
It's kind of reminiscent of the the Shinto stones, because it's got this area for candles or offerings below it, and it's not as doesn't have any carvings or anything on top. It's a pretty simple shape, but it's got 3 little
It has 3 little
things
kind of
in front of it.
stone containers in front of it, and then it's got some very worn away writing on it. You can kind of get almost a date. It's 16, and you can't really make it out. But it's very old.
Are there any candles that are left there?
There aren't any candles that are left there. You can see a little bit of wax inside the stone containers, as if there had been before.
Okay. I was gonna light the candles if there were, that's fine.
There aren't right now.
Okay. Have I seen this in my dreams?
Yes, you definitely recognize it.
And were the candles lit before in my dreams or not?
Yes.
We should get some candles.
Okay. Well, we could go. They might have some at that gas station.
And right about that time, these two come walking up. As you say the words gas station, these two appear.
Hey, Chuck, hey, Quinn.
Hey, Did you see candles at the gas station by any chance?
Why? What?
Isn't that kind of dangerous?
Wait.
Only if they're lit next to the gasoline.
And even then, it's like
So-
gas fumes that are whatever.
They sell lighters at gas stations.
I guess that's true. All right.
Fair. It's a fair call.
But Gwen,
Wait.
why?
Because in my dreams they were lit.
In your what? And he starts and really starts doing this thing with his hand where like he's like trying to imagine a scene of it, like he's like a director or something. He has no clue what he's doing, but he's like, tell me about the dream.
I was here and all the candles were lit, and I just thought maybe if I recreated that.
Was it a good dream or a bad dream? Because if it's a bad dream, maybe we don't want to recreate it.
I would like to investigate a mystery.
Do it. Investigate that mystery.
Okay, where's some dice?
Here.
Here, excellent. That's a 6 plus 2 is an 8.
8. Okay.
So, I hold 1. 1 hold can be spent to ask the keeper one of the following questions.
Okay.
What happened here? What sort of creature is it? What can it do? What can hurt it? Where did it go? What was it going to do? And what is being concealed here? Now I'm going to ask, what is being concealed here?
Oh, okay. I like it. You are pretty sure, examining this memorial stone thing, that there is a chamber inside of it. There's like, you kind of run your hands across like the front of it, and there is just a very faint like separation in part of the stone that you can feel like isn't just engraved in.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if there should be some way to open it, but it's not visibly apparent how.
We have to, and he was like, like squinting his eye, we have to open the tablet and just like put his hands around it.
Is he talking like metaphorically?
I don't think so.
He really
And
talks metaphorically.
yeah, then no, I don't. Like 12%, like yeah, no, I don't. And then like wedges a fingernail in and starts
Yeah.
scritching like the thing out.
You can scritch away like the dust, and it becomes more apparent that there is some sort of mechanism that will open, but there's not like an obvious lock or hinges or anything.
Maybe there is something near your candle, Juju.
That's what I remember from the dreams that I've been having, and it just...
Well, it's just like, remember, there was the gravesite in Lower Egypt where it had the trigger for the flipping mechanism that they just never found again. But there was the cousin of the porter of that wrote it down, and then that's how we know that these sort of things happen.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm gonna like feel around inside the little containers in the front.
The containers in the front?
Yeah.
Okay. You get some wax residue on your hands and some dust.
Had worse.
But there's no buttons or openings inside them. Austin, what are you doing while all this is happening?
Oh God. Is this the only like monument in the area? Everything else is like a normal park, right?
There's some other like statuary, but it's like statues of people, and this is the only one that looks like obelisk-like and weird, so it stands out from the others.
Okay. I'd like to... I'm trying to think how I want to phrase this. Because I want to use magic to try to figure out how to trigger, how to open the door. But I'm trying to figure out how to phrase that flavor-wise. I guess just... see if I can kind of tune back into that feeling I got of belonging when I
Okay.
got to the city or the town, and see if I can pick up on any kind of memory. If the town has memory, and see if I
Okay.
can, if there's a memory here of how to open it.
There's also a bunch of stuff you can do with the use magic move.
Oh, well, that's nice. A nice thing to look at. Let's roll it and see what I get. I'm gonna re-roll that. Oh, that's lovely. That is a 13. So magic works without issues. Choose my effect. Let's go with observe another place or time.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
I love that.
That's fun. Okay. So, and you got, what, a 10?
An 11.
11. Ooh, okay. So, you kind of get close to it and, like, put your hands on it, and kind of, like, concentrate, and you get another vision, and it's that same girl that you saw before.
Okay.
You see her kneeling in front of the stone, and she puts something into each of the little containers in front of it, and lights each one on fire. You can't get a good sense of like what they are. They're not candles. It's just some stuff she took out of her pockets. They're each shaped differently, and then she says like a short prayer that's a little bit creepy, and the door slides open,
Okay.
and you see her put something inside of it.
She's right. Quinn's right. We have to burn something, but it's not candles. It's... I don't know. Something flammable, something that someone pulled out of their pocket. I couldn't...
Since you got an 11 too, you saw on her face she looked almost hesitant to put the items in.
Okay. Something of importance? A sacrifice.
How
Some
many
kind of-
cigarettes do you have left?
Not.
Give them up.
Wait, hold on. Just hold on 1 second. So, I found something there, but now the magic we're doing... So is this like when we...
Yeah.
And Quinn's gonna eye you a little suspiciously, but also not too bad, just because you seem to be on her side of things.
So we can always get more at the gas station. Come on.
I can't find these everywhere.
That's what makes it a sacrifice.
And she's gonna pull it out, and she's gonna take one of her clothes, and she's gonna get like a quick hit off of it, and then use it to light two others, and very upsettingly put them in one in each of the containers.
Oh, it smells so good, though.
So the scent of your delicious sacrificed cloves wafts up from each of the containers
Smells like 1999.
as it mingles with the fog. You hear like a grinding stone noise as the front of the memorial slides open, and you can see that it's a container. And inside it is a locket that looks suspiciously like the one that you're wearing, Austin. Except this one is open, and there's a tiny vial of red liquid inside of it.
That's weird.
What's that?
I'm gonna
Is that blood?
pick it up. And, so I'm guessing I've never been able to open the locket that I have. Okay. Maybe it's blood? What's it doing here?
Oh, that's beyond what I dreamed.
There's a little tag on the chain as you pick it up. A little tiny, like it looks like a price tag, kind of flutters down.
I'll pick up the tag.
And it you pick it up, and it just has one word on it, and it reads Aglaufitis. AGLAOPHOTIS.
AGLAO.
PHOTIS. And it's written in like kind of an ye olde script handwriting.
Clophatus.
Ridley is looking around for ghosts.
Roll to find ghosts.
I'm just like, you just know there's gonna be ghosts.
There aren't any, but roll. What is our notice-y stat in this one?
They're sharp.
Sharp. Roll sharp for me.
Excellent. It's a good stat for me. That's an 11.
Ooh. Okay. So as you're looking around for ghosts, you don't see any. The water is like quietly, just gently lapping at the shore. You don't sense any movement on the lake. And you turn around to look at like the park in front of you because you're on the edge of the park. And across the street, you can see the second story of a fancy-looking Victorian house, and you see a curtain shut very quickly as you turn to look at it.
Huh.
And then you can see to the gas station to the right of that where your car is, and Richard is no longer next to your car.
Is this technically grave robbing?
We're not in the grave. I guess it's gravestone robbing?
Someone just saw us, so are we breaking any laws?
Might be something local. I don't. Austin, can I see that piece of paper?
No, where'd Richard go?
Yeah, take a look at it.
Where'd Richard go?
Who's Richard?
Maybe he fixed the car.
Well, maybe he fixed the car.
It's the gas station
Can I
attendant.
use magic on the piece of paper?
Yeah, you can
Because if I get it, there's something I wanted to try. So
roll your weird to determine if like this word is a thing you recognize.
yeah,
Basically.
because there's something that's use magic. It says you can, if I succeed, communicate with something you do not share a language with.
Okay.
So that's going to be a 9.
Loving those 9s.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also a glitch using magic.
Oh, okay.
And the keeper decides the glitch.
Yeah.
You glitch on a 9?
7 and 9.
7
it's
and 9.
Okay.
It works imperfectly. Choose your effect and a glitch.
So
The keeper will decide what effect the glitch has.
Okay.
do you have the list of
I don't.
glitches? There you go. It's at the very bottom left-hand side.
Yeah.
Ah, perfect. Okay.
Because I wanted to use it to communicate with something you do not share a language with, and I'm hoping that I can like ascertain what it's saying.
Okay.
But I'm also okay if it's. I mean, obviously there's a glitch, so maybe it has like problematic side effect or. Whatever.
Yeah. So you use magic to basically like, without the internet, look up this word.
Yeah.
And so it like translates it for you, basically using your magic, and you discern that it is something used to. It's traditionally used in exorcisms or to repel demons. Is the use of the Aglaufitis. But the magic draws immediate unwelcome attention.
Yay!
So as soon as like you get that information, you all hear like a foot, like a lazy kind of foot shuffle that seems to be getting louder.
Do you think that's the person from the window? Maybe we did break a law.
I'm just gonna like shoulder the, or like
I don't know.
shove the headstone closed.
Probably should just get out of here, because... Just get out of here.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe
and
we should
you're-
just get out of here.
Here's your piece of paper.
Thanks.
But maybe whoever that is like knows something about the cultists and like there's a fucking
It's
cult
keeping a
here.
steady pace.
Well, but what if they're also just mad at us? I mean, what if they're a cultist? You don't go up to a cultist and say, hey,
Then-
cultist, are you in a cult?
then I can absolutely get some fucking information about Reese out of them. The sooner we find these assholes, the sooner we can get out of here.
Oh, look, maybe they'll know where the rest of the people are. Isn't it weird we've been in this town for how long? We've only seen one person. 2 if you count your person in the window.
Yeah, and maybe they called the cops.
And
then it's like the
I'm
oldest
studying
senile,
law.
like...
You start to see...
Have you seen this place?
Like,
it's all
a vague human shape coming around the corner of one of the hedges towards you.
Great.
Are you going to wait to see who it is? Or
Or
are you going to flee?
I think that Ridley is in the back, like furthest away.
I think Wynn is starting to back away just because there was something about like banishing of demons from this piece of paper.
You can only
And
arrest
feeling
one at a
little
time.
Awkward about it.
So who's in the front?
I am.
You are? Okay. Roll, what's our noticey one again? Roll your sharp.
Okay.
Real quick.
This is going to be bad.
It's gonna be great.
Oh, you're gonna get experience.
Don't stay on the blood red dice. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
I got some experience. Also, I rolled double ones, which is the second time this set of dice.
Yeah.
The one that looks vaguely like dried blood has,
That is one of my favorite die.
So you are a little preoccupied with interrogating the idea of interrogating one of these cult members, and you turn around as if a person is approaching you, and you get nailed with what looks like a glob of tar that has just shot out of the figure's torso. And the rest of you see what looks like the size of a man wearing a straitjacket, because the arms are like this around the torso, which has a big like oozing black opening in the front of it. And it looks like it's wearing a straitjacket made of flesh, and it has no facial features, and it looks like this.
So
no
Ridley
bad
hasn't
there.
stopped screaming.
Ridley will never stop screaming. Charlie's like, what the fuck is...
So you're gonna take 1 harm from that. It didn't get you like full on. It got like you in the shoulder. So
Like, what the hell is... Holy shit!
yeah, and it's just like inexorably like shuffling closer to you while like kind of shiftily like wiggling its torso that has no arms.
Cool.
And it screams from the mouth and the chest.
Can I pull my shotgun?
Yes.
I'm going to pull my shotgun. I've sawn off for
Perfect.
you.
Yeah. Roll your
Person who is definitely not my friend.
Let's attack this thing. You want to kick some ass?
I do want to kick some ass.
Roll that tough.
Oh, actually, was that harm, like, that would have been absorbed by my armor?
Oh, probably yes. Yeah. Because you do have armor.
I have 2 armor. It's exciting.
Yeah.
Oh, you're wearing no shit armor. You're not wearing
Well, I, like, have some, and then I, like, shoved some of my stunt pads into it at appropriate places, because I'm gonna go fuck some people up today.
Yeah. So you're not harmed, but you can feel the heat of the molten tar that it shot at you through your armor.
And that was a 7 that I rolled, and that is an 8-9.
9. Okay. Let me look at this. Okay. So you are gonna do, and how much arm does your
3.
3? Does 3. Okay.
There's something else about my...
Okay, so you nail it kind of in its torso, because that's the biggest part of it, except for the spindly legs. And it staggers backwards and falls over, but it is not dead, and it is now kind of like scooching itself along the ground back towards you with its screaming chest mouth.
I'm not sure.
That's Charlie. Let's get out of here. Come on, let's get to the car.
Yeah.
Definitely not the car.
Definitely not. Nope. Nobody nope.
Ask it if it's a cultist.
If it is, it's certainly not answering with that mouth.
Yeah.
I mean,
Its answer to that is
to the car.
Time to go, time to go, time to go, time to go.
Yeah. It did not respect the boomstick. I yell as we run away.
Oh shit! Where's my shotgun?
Better hope you didn't steal it.
So you noticed that it wasn't dead, but it was pretty hurt by your shotgun blast. So
At least there's that.
yeah,
Oh,
I'm still, like, totally freaked out.
yeah. I mean, as well you should be.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know. I haven't seen any of those in my dreams.
I have no idea.
That thing had a mouth in its chest.
And its face, but it's wrong mouth.
Where its, organs should be.
And you vomited its organs on you. Let's just get to the car. We can just get the fuck away from here.
Tell me you have some wet wipes in there.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Do McDonald's napkins count?
Good enough.
Or bags. McDonald's bags also count.
Yes. At this point, they do. This stuff is possibly acidic.
So you're running straight for the car?
Yeah, I'm running straight for the car.
Okay, perfect. Your car is still unlocked. You can see Richard kind of peeking up over the counter in there, and he looks real freaked out because it's pin drop quiet in this town, and that shrieking monster noise carries.
Along with Ripley scripts.
Yeah.
Get in. Let's get in. Let's get the fuck out of here.
We're not done here yet, though.
You know, but we won't leave the town. We just need to get away from that thing.
Where should we go?
Oh, that way.
The church. Let's go to
The
the
church. Or the historical society. Which one's not closer?
They are equidistant from where you are.
God damn it.
To the
Just
church.
opposite
The church
directions.
is there's definitely power in a place like that.
Done. Right, we're gonna go to a place of power. Is that bad?
Well, cultists might be there, so
Okay.
I'm down with that.
All right. So going to a place of
Real
power is
cultists.
bad. So we are gonna go to the historical society. Going to historical society.
Actually, I correct myself. The historical society is slightly further away than the church.
Then go to historical society.
So it's back towards the way that you entered the town.
Damn it, Ridley.
What? This is where we're supposed to go.
You were
And you're driving.
Can I take +1 ongoing for this one? Because I did the exact opposite.
Oh, what they told you? Sure, yeah.
Yeah, sweet.
Do it.
I'm going to use whatever I can find. Old t-shirts, scraps of whatever to wipe all of this.
It's pretty sticky. You have remnants of napkin now stuck to your armor because you realize very quickly that McDonald's napkins do not hold up to tar.
It's a
No,
leather.
you've been tarred and feathered. It's McDonald's.
It's a leather jacket. Let's just say it's like a
Yeah.
like a motorcycle
But you
jacket.
managed to scoop most of it off with an old t-shirt that is definitely Ridley's.
Don't even care at this point.
I was about to say it might be an improvement.
Yeah, on the way over to the historical society. And you get there without seeing any other monsters along the way.
Mm-hmm.
It's very quiet. You pull over into the tiny little 2-car parking lot in there, and there is a dim little bulb over the sign outside of it that says Historical Society on
I
it.
think this might have been a bad idea.
You think?
Who cares? Just get in there.
Yeah, let's get in there.
It's better than being out here.
That's true.
We don't know that.
Well, I know that thing's out here, and it's not in there.
That thing was crawling on the ground 20 minutes back. It was pretty hurt. We don't know what the hell is in there.
Well, probably people.
Hopefully, people.
Yeah,
It's not a
the gas
graveyard.
lieutenant
Yeah.
said
Yeah.
Miss Ellis should be in there.
Yeah. See, we did the reconnoitering.
Quinn?
Brain.
Tell me, did you see this place in your dreams?
GM, did I?
The outside doesn't look super familiar, but if you peer through the windows, some of the stuff inside looks a little...
Maybe a
vaguely.
little, but
So we should be on our guard.
I think that goes without saying. Everywhere. I mean, there could be anything in there, including old people that want to tell us stories.
Nothing is worse than somebody past their peak who just wants to relive the glory days.
Actually, there is, and it's a monster that shoots tar from its torso. I think that's worse. I have that on good authority.
I guess we go inside, but everybody be careful.
Sounds good to me.
Shotgun.
Um,
Take the flashlight to the front of it.
Okay. You're
Come
going
around,
in,
just
gun
like-
out, huh?
Shot
To
us
the Historical
off.
Society. Okay.
Freaked out.
as we're going in, I want to use the sight again
Mhm.
to look for invisible stuff, spirits, magical influence.
Okay.
Especially because I know that we need to be on the lookout for cultists on top of everything else.
Yes.
I want to do that as we're like heading in.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and make your roll as you come in.
That is super cocked. Oh, okay. So that's 6, 8.
8. Okay. So again, that's going to be it works, but with a caveat.
Yeah.
Where did that just go? Okay, who's going in first?
You're not. You
You're
went
not.
the wrong place. You went exactly the opposite
I
of where
know.
we said. You're
I-
not the leader.
I led you here.
Dragged us here.
Doesn't make you the fucking leader,
I'm totally the leader.
dick. No.
The anchor is not the leader of the boat.
Okay.
I have yet to be wrong.
You've also yet to be right.
Yeah, right now it's a
Beautiful.
zero-sum game.
Okay, who's going in first?
Just before, I am going to go in first, A. And
Okay.
B, I'm going to say, because I just looked it up, I don't have a ton of experience with shotguns, but, like, on average... So, I'm going to say my shotgun holds 5 rounds total.
Yeah.
Do you have birdshot or buckshot?
Buckshot.
Did I sense anything?
What's the point of having a
before
sawed-off
going
with
in?
birdshot?
Yes,
Because
I
I
was
feel
Because
like
you hit a lot of things.
she's going first,
But
but
not
I feel like I would be like holding on to her arms
Yeah.
briefly while I was kind of sensing things out before I let her go in.
I put that sheet you gave me in a weird place. Can I see it again?
Here, you
The
can
one
take,
with the that
take
one.
my-
In
Yep.
fact, if you had birdshot, it'd be useless.
The effect is okay.
Yeah, because it's using magic, but it's also specific to seeing the invisible, especially spirits and
Yeah.
magical influences, because then I could, like, talk to them.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that your glitch on this one is that you're pretty freaked out, so the effect is a little bit weakened.
Sure.
You're a little overwhelmed. As you're going in, you can see a slight glow from a couple of items. You walk in, and there are some glass cases of different historical items, and you spot a glow from a couple of them in a couple of the different cases, but it's a little bit weak, and you can feel like it's not going to last very long. So you're going to have to, like, kind of quickly get over to them and see what's what.
Okay, I'm gonna rush to one of the glass cases, whatever's closest.
Okay.
Like, once we get in, kind of do that, like, quick scope around and, like, rush over to one of the cases.
Yeah. So you rush over to the middle case and take a look at the items in there, and you see 2 items in there that are glowing slightly. One is like an obsidian goblet. That's very simple, but it's like it looks hand hewn and very old. And then on the other side of the glass container is a set of tarot cards. And only one of them is glowing, and it's a tarot card you've never seen before, and it just says Eye of Night on the bottom of it, and it has like a creepy eyeball in the sky.
Is the glass case something I can open?
It looks locked. It has like an old-fashioned like skeleton key kind of lock on it.
I'm gonna, like, stare at the tarot cards because, being a psychic investigator, like, I'm really familiar with them. But I can't communicate with them, right? Because it's just an inanimate thing. But it's got something going on for it.
Yeah, it definitely has some kind of power and some kind of magical use, or has been used magically.
This is important. This means something. But I'm going to be, like, staring at this thing of tarot cards while they're doing whatever.
Do you need in there?
Yes.
You did notice as you came in that another one of those like old-timey brass bells rung as you came in. And
Well, I'll go see his.
Yeah, I'm gonna start
Yeah.
calling Miss Ellis. Miss Ellis, are you here?
And you hear footsteps coming from, like, a back room. And kind of a middle-aged woman. She's not as old as you expected based on how the gas station attendant talked about her. But she has, like, very tidy kind of blonde hair in, like, a demure bun and, like, kind of severe librarian-esque clothing on. And she comes out and she goes, "Oh, we have visitors today. Welcome. Welcome to the Historical Society."
Yes, do you have a monster problem in town?
A monster
Way to
problem?
bury the lead.
What?
Do you know anything about the local, like, I heard there was a cult around here?
Oh my. A cult.
Yeah, like,
You people?
oh, please, I am well beyond subterfuge. Look at my jacket. That didn't do itself.
She looks a bit, like, taken aback, and she says, "Well, this Silent Hill is a very faithful town.
Faithful to whom?
Have you visited our church,
That was next on the list.
St. Stella? It's just down the road. We worship God like any community. Most of our townsfolk are members of the church, and our original church, St. Falcon's, has been here since the 1600s. If you have a chance to go to Central Silent Hill, it is quite a sight."
I'm sure it is. But my brother came here not long ago.
Oh, your brother visited us here?
Yes.
What was-
Reese.
Reese. I can't say I recognize the name.
I mean, you might recognize him. He was a pretty striking guy.
Do you have a photo, perhaps?
From my wallet. Pull it right out. Old school.
She takes it, kind of considerately looks at it. No, I don't believe I know him.
Wasn't a member of the church. He's a real religious guy, Reese.
Oh, well, that is good to hear. But no, he was not a member of our church.
Are any of these lies?
You can sense a couple of half-truths happening. She's not outright lying to
Like,
you.
which ones are? Because if someone lies to you, you know it.
Oh, if someone lies to you, you know it. She glossed over that monster thing real quick. She is aware that there are monsters, and it's not a lie that this is a faithful town. She was more offended that you called it a cult, because that's not what she thinks of it as.
Oh, okay, good. Excellent. Good to know.
I would like to try to manipulate someone without speaking using my telepathy.
Oh, go ahead.
Yes.
I'm going to mark experience.
Nice.
Hold on, actually. I'm going to mark luck to change a roll to 12.
Oh, okay.
You can do that.
Yeah, for this one in specific, but as I mark off luck boxes, my dark side's needs will get nastier.
Okay. Remind me what your dark side's needs are.
So my dark side, I picked mood swings,
Mood swings and hallucinations.
hallucinations, and addiction.
Addiction to a thing that you already sacrificed and don't have anymore. Perfect.
Well, I used 3 of them anyway.
Okay.
Clothes don't take long to smoke, so the rest of them will go away very soon.
Okay. What type of manipulation are you trying to do on Miss Ellis?
I'm trying to manipulate her to be like, oh, I need to open up the cases because I want to get at those tarot cards.
Oh, okay.
So just, just she has a feeling that she needs to give those over. We've been thinking about getting rid of those old things for forever.
So you...
And you guys are asking about all of these weird things. Maybe this will make you feel better.
So you use your manipulation, and you did very well. You know that you did this magic extremely well, and on any regular person, it would be instantaneous. But you feel like you butt up against a resistance, and you manage to just push through it. And she kind of like straightens up and almost absent-mindedly walks over to the tarot card display case, and she opens it, and she picks up, it's a card. It's like one of those, it's a prayer card, and she brings it back and hands it to Charlie and says, "You seem very interested in our local religion. I would suggest you check it out for yourself." But she notably leaves the case unlocked. She doesn't relock it.
While they're talking, I'm going to start just slowly shuffling my way over there.
I got you covered.
Well, I mean, so you said St. Helena's?
St. Stella. Yes, it's, if you go just past Rosewater Park, it'll be on your right after the Baldwin Mansion.
Can you tell me anything about the Gillespies?
Oh, the Gillespies. Yes, they were prominent members of our church. That family has been here since the founding of the town.
Really? And they're still around? Some of them are still around?
Yes. Yes, there are fewer than before, but Helena Gillespie and her daughter Dahlia live on the north side of the lake.
Great. I just recently found out that was related, so I wanted to,
Oh, how lovely. You have roots here in Silent Hill.
Yeah, it kind of came to a surprise to me. What else can you tell me? Like, they've been around since the founding of the town. Like, are they... Like, what's some fun family history? I've never really had a family before, so I'm trying to soak up as much...
Well, they do run one of the local coal mills here. They've done very well with that over the years, and have been very generous members of the church. Helped actually build the St. Stella Church down here in South Silent Hill.
Ah, that I know.
Great. Where might I find them today? Do you know? I mean, it's kind of a weekday. I mean, are they probably at the coal mill, or are they homebodies?
I think, well, Dahlia would probably be at school, at the Midwich Elementary School. We have a small population, so we have a combined middle and elementary school. And Miss Gillespie would probably be at home.
Miss, not Mrs.?
Her husband is dead. She is a widow. So, Ms.
That's too bad.
She's not, like, looking directly at you. Do you want to
Cool,
roll to steal the tarot cards?
I totally do want to steal the tarot cards. What do you want me to roll?
Let's see. What is your thieving roll gonna be?
What? If you have something that could help me here?
Well, I could have done something to where when I act all crazy to avoid something.
You roll cool to act under pressure.
Yeah.
All right.
You do it.
Because she's not looking directly at you, but she is looking not at
9.
you. Ooh.
Nines tonight. 9, 9, 9s. It's upside down 6,
I
6,
would
6.
I would like to help
Okay.
by just being weird and drawing her attention.
I
Like
love
every
it.
time like she says something, because I'm not intentionally like helping. I'm like, reading people and putting together like all these different like connections in my head, and I am probably actually like figuring out what's going on, but like ha 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 in the middle school up, it's together, and just very much in his own head, but
Okay.
like gesticulating and figuring stuff out and looking around and just kind of being
You
a
don't have to
weirdo.
roll for that. That is a little distracting. And she's also like, once you started talking about you have family relations here, she's a little distracted by that. And can I make you some tea or anything?
Yeah, actually, tea would be great.
Jingle member.
So she goes over to like the side where there's like a little tea station, and she starts making a tray of tea. for you guys. So her back is kind of turned. She's got like half a shoulder at you, and you manage to get, let's say, 4 of the 5 tarot cards out. You get the one you want, which is the Eye of Night. The other ones are just like the regular tarot cards.
Yeah, I definitely palm those and then kind of use my elbow to just elbow the case closed the rest of the way.
So she turns around with her tray of like little porcelain teacups, and you don't notice. She does not notice that you have stolen those immediately, so you're fine for now.
Cool.
And she sets the tray down on her little like welcoming thing, and just, please help yourself.
Thank you. So, are there any pictures of the Gillespies in here at part of the Historical Society? Like, since they've been around for so long, there's got to be something. I'm just trying to soak up as much family history as possible.
Oh, sure. And she points you to a couple of photos. There's one of their coal mine with like, it's from like the 1800s of like Mr. Gillespie with his workers like out front of the mine, and then there's another one of the congregation in front of the church, and she points out a couple of Gillespies in there to
Do I
you.
see in any of the pictures the girl I've been seeing in my visions?
No,
Okay.
you don't. But you see that one of the ladies that she points out is wearing a locket very similar that looks suspiciously like yours. It's hard to see because it's an old photo and it's very small, but
Okay. I'm gonna pull out the locket that I'm wearing, not the one we found in the monument, the one I'm wearing. I see that this woman here is wearing a locket just like this one. I've had this my entire life. Does it have any kind of cultural significance to the town?
Why
I've never
not?
been able to open it.
Oh, how curious! You haven't been able to open it. It looks just like a family heirloom to me.
Okay. Great. I will, against my better judgment, I'm gonna sip some tea.
Yeah. Ridley is like thinking about sitting down and being like,
You're gonna sip
sip
some tea.
I'm gonna be polite.
Okay.
Sip some tea.
And she has her own teacup, and she's drinking from one.
Okay.
Do you two accept the tea?
No, thanks. I'm not thirsty.
I never drink tea.
We do have coffee as well.
Oh, I drink shitloads of that. Oh, pardon my language.
She looks a little startled, but it doesn't break her like polite.
Coffee would be lovely.
Why, certainly. And she goes and makes you a cup of coffee and hands it to you.
Thank you so much.
Charlie rolls her eyes.
I think Ridley's being real weird, and like he can't sit down. Is kind of like going around to all the places, and is kind of halfway ignoring her. Mm-hmm. And I do want to be overlooked by her.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm so fucking weird.
Go ahead and roll.
That's a 5 plus 1 is a 6.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So your plan backfires, and she's like laser beam focused on you.
Fair enough. Because I'm looking around for cult shit.
Yeah.
Because now I am 100% convinced that the church is a cult.
Yeah. You do.
And we're super happy we did not go to the cult. I mean church.
If you look closely at the church, because you're looking for cult shit, you'll notice that it doesn't have a cross on like the steeple, like a cross like a church normally does. It has all of the like shapes of church, but not the iconography that you're used to.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough.
Yeah. And so the whoever looks like the church leader has these like tabards on that have like a round symbol on it.
Cool.
Yeah.
But I can't get out of her gaze like at all.
No, she is now like, this one is a problem. The teacher is staring at
Not
you.
wrong.
She's like, well, we don't get many visitors in this time of year.
Yes.
Trails off. But if you like, I'm sure we could arrange a tour if you're interested in seeing some of the historical sites.
Yeah, that would be great.
How long would it take to do that?
Oh, I wouldn't say it would take too long. I think I could make a phone call and have someone here within 20 minutes.
A tour of the town?
Mm-hmm.
That might be interesting. What exactly is on this prayer card that she gave me?
So it says, let's see. So it has like kind of an old-fashioned script that's hard to read. It's very old. It's like from, when the church was first established. It's on like a weird parchment, and it says, "Believers, hearken to me, 20 score men and 7,000 beasts. Heed my words, and speaketh them to all, that they shall ever be obeyed under the light of the proud and merciless sun." S-U-N, not S-O-N. And then it has like a circular symbol on the back of it in like a faint embossing.
Is it on eggshell white?
It is on eggshell white.
Other prayer cards just don't have the same impact.
It has like a musty, weird smell that smells like it's been in a basement for a long time, and like a slight incense to it.
This symbol's new to me.
Oh, yes. It is specific to our congregation. Like Lutherans or Protestants, they all have their own.
Yes, and what exactly does it represent? Everything has its own meaning to the heart of the congregation.
Oh, well, it represents the sun.
Lovely. Thank you.
I mean, I guess that makes a lot of sense considering the amount of fog you get here.
We do have quite a thick fog today, yes. Yeah. Shall I make that phone call and have you escorted about the town?
I think we'll take a look around for now, and then maybe later. That'd be great.
Oh, most certainly. I will be here until about 3 p.m., and then I have other duties to attend to.
Of course. You must be very busy with your station.
I do like to keep busy. Yes.
It is important. It is important to keep the mind active. I hear it prevents backsliding.
Okay.
She just looks a little like, how interesting.
Well, thank you so much for your time, and we look forward to taking that tour possibly later today.
You are most welcome. We look forward to showing you the sights of our town.
Great.
Lovely.
Awesome. Thank you.
And she just kind of stands there patiently waiting for you to leave.
Yeah.
Just like a good little
already
NPC.
there.
As soon as we're outside, I'm going to look at the tarot cards that I stole.
Okay.
Okay, she's in on it. You guys know that, right? Like
Duh.
She's in on it, and that's a cult, and she knows the monsters and all of that. She knows everything about.
Yeah, but being polite to her, at least let her know we're not onto her.
Yeah, no. I mean, no one who comes here ever leaves. Oh, hey, we're just here today. Doesn't totally just paint targets on our backs. Doesn't matter, we'll kill them all in the end.
So, you're going to stand outside the Historical Society?
Yeah, like my back definitely turned to them and just like palming the tarot cards and trying
Okay.
to see what I got and if they still have some resonance to them.
Yeah, the one tarot card still does. Yeah, the one that you saw glowing in the first place, the Eye of Night card, still glows.
Is there a roll I can do to try and figure out like what the significance of this is, what the glow is, if it's like a protective thing or
No, it's just that you rolled to see, like, to sense magical items,
Sure.
and that is a magical item.
Okay.
The other ones don't have any magical, like, use other than standard divination. This one has, like, an extra
Okay.
purpose.
I'm gonna stash them away in a pocket.
Yeah. So are you guys getting back in your car?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
want to be outside where that
But we also
torso buddy is.
are going to go to that house, right? To your place? I mean,
Yeah, I'd like to.
yeah.
Why don't we go to the church?
Because
the
it's a
Gillespie's
cult.
which his family is founding members
Yeah,
of.
so we go to the
So
family
we
first.
Then I have more
and so,
information
yeah.
there.
We don't go directly
You have a
to the
cult
cult.
family.
Well, yeah, and if something
Look.
is wrong,
I'm not here to judge them yet.
The church
Oh,
seems like the
well,
place
it's
to
nice
go.
that you don't judge somebody.
Oh.
And
But last time I
Oh.
checked, my family didn't go berserk and murder a bunch of vampires and cause collateral damage that I had to spend 3 weeks getting you out of.
Oh, 3 whole weeks for killing monsters. No. Oh, my family founded a church in a town that no one ever returns from. That's fine.
Quinn's gonna come up and like put an arm around Charlie and kind of like lead you to the car and be like, "That's right, that's right."
Yeah, last I checked is innocent until proven guilty.
Last I
What do I
checked,
know?
that
I'm a law
applies to
student.
all of us.
I'm gonna get a car.
I'm jumping in the passenger seat. I'm not
Oh yeah,
riding in the back.
I'm totally like leading Charlie to the back seat. I'm gonna sit with her. At the back.
So as you get in the car, you kind of glance back and you notice through the window that that Miss Ellis is on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
She's not looking at you or anything or doing anything otherwise suspicious, but she's on the phone.
All right.
How far does telepathy work? Is she too far away?
I think she's too far away.
Okay.
You're in a car and she's in a building.
What a bitch.
But Ridley, you also noticed that didn't you have a lot of loose change in this car before?
Probably
Yeah, it's
not there.
cleared right out.
What about the snacks?
Some of your snacks are gone too.
Not the Twinkies.
Does it? Do the headlights work?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Does it turn on?
Yep.
Fair
Worth
enough.
it. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
nothing that you described is any different than just bringing your car into a shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Just saying.
Like, don't leave change out.
So where you want to go?
The church.
No, to his house, to the Gillespies.
Yeah, that's my vote. That
Yeah.
makes the most sense
You
to
know
me.
what? Go to the Gillespies. It'll be for the best.
So she described the house to you, but she didn't
Give me
give
the
you the address. Yeah.
Okay. And I'll go for the first time.
Oh, you bastard.
I don't get any experience for it.
Okay, so you're driving to the Gillespie's house
By
okay.
way of the church. No,
by way of the church.
just,
Okay.
just to the Gillespies.
So you come out of the Historical Society. Instead of going left down to South Silent Hill, you make a right and you go kind of up and around the lake into Central Silent Hill, where she told you their house was. And she didn't give you the address, so you're kind of like
Gonna have to knock on some doors.
you'll have to drive around until you see like what she described to you, because it's a bigger house. Most of it up here is like stores and whatnot. And she told you the street that it's on. It's on Bradbury Street.
Is there anybody out?
No, weirdly, you do not see anybody walking around.
How is the quality of the road? Is it all like potholey and terrible?
It's okay. There's a few potholes and cracks, but it's not like it is maintained, not like frequently, but it's maintained.
But it's not like nobody's been here for 100 years and these
No.
are all ghosts.
No, it's more like
more
South
like-
Glendale.
Where you
Like
don't
all
see
the
anybody.
money goes to North Glendale.
Small
Yeah.
townish, yeah. So you come up around the lake. The lake is on your right. You can see that weird island out in the middle. On your left is a small amusement park. And you make a left past the amusement park to come into a residential area. And the first street you come to is Bradbury Street.
Great.
It's 451 Bradbury, right?
Didn't give us an address. We're gonna have to get friendly with some of the locals. Don't give me that look. They've been relatively friendly thus far.
Well, they are
Yeah.
cultists that are in it with the monsters who want to kill us. I mean, we do know that, right?
Okay, first of all, we don't know the monsters related to them.
Well, maybe not physically, but like she knew that about the monsters and like
And then
ignored
lied
them.
about it.
Yeah. So I mean, like we know that.
Also, like, some kind of sun cult trying to get us to join.
Yeah. So I mean, they're objectively bad, but we just got to figure out how bad and if they did it on purpose.
Right, and maybe my family's trying to get out.
Yeah, maybe.
By founding the church that they all go to. Yep.
Well, I mean,
Totes.
their parents founded the church. Sometimes people aren't like their parents.
Yeah, and I'd like to know if I'm like my parents or not.
I'd like that to know that too. A little bit of side eye.
So your Bradbury Street is pretty small. It looks like it goes like 1 block that direction and like 2 blocks that direction.
Okay.
So are you gonna drive or are you gonna park and walk?
Probably park and walk. We don't really know where we're going, so let's try a couple doors probably.
Yeah, makes sense.
You're in
Yeah.
like there's only houses on one side of the street, so it's a little bit easier.
nice.
And you know you're looking for like a white, like not shuttered, shingled house with like a pointy spire situation.
Okay.
Okay, so on the same page here, these people might be dangerous, and there are monsters in town and a cult that's all trying to kill us.
Yeah.
Same page.
Cool. All right.
I mean, we need that coming in. Well, except for the monsters part.
Well, we know for sure that there's a cult trying to kill us, not that there might be a cult trying to kill us. Okay, cool. Let's go.
All right.
Okay. Beautiful. Are you gonna go left or right?
I'm gonna go right.
Okay. So you walk right. The houses look a little bigger here, and you pass the first couple are not what you're looking for. There's some mailboxes outside. You can see names that are not Gillespie. Let's see. I want both of you, Quinn and Austin, to roll your cool for me real quick.
Oh, Cole's good. Cole's good. That roll is not.
Ooh, 8.
That's a 5, so I'm gonna mark experience.
Okay, so Austin, you are starting to feel a little weird.
Yeah.
It's still foggy, it's still daytime, but you're getting like a little bit of like vibration on physical objects, some like just movement where there shouldn't be movement, and you're like, is that a monster over there? Is that a monster over there? And you're starting to see some weird shit.
Okay.
You, however, Quinn, are keeping it together.
Yeah!
You feel a little weird, but you're like,
I always feel a little weird.
meh. It's a Wednesday.
All right. Let's try to find this house quick. I don't like being out here. I mean, that thing might be coming back.
And you walk along and you see a house that matches the description. The mailbox out front says Gillespie on it.
Okay, great. I will knock on the door a little more haphazardly than I would have liked.
Yeah. Great.
And you see in the little like glass panes next to the door, the like white lace curtain parts a little bit, and you see like an old lady eyeball looking out at you. Several like locks unlock. She opens the door. Can I help you?
Yeah. Hi. I'm looking for Helena Gillespie.
Well, that's me.
Okay. Great. Can we come in real quick? It's a little
You're not,
strange out here.
you're not selling anything, are you, son?
No. I actually just found out how to say this exactly.
He's your son.
Well, I don't know that for sure. I just know that my family's from this town. Last name Gillespie.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Well, he's not my son, but
Do you mind if we come in?
if you're a Gillespie, you can come right on in.
Great. It's kind of
And the rest of us?
I'm a Gillespie's friend.
Of course, yes, you're all welcome to come in.
so. Is there something strange today? Like, is the fog normal? It seems.
Oh, it's a lot clearer than normal. Yeah, you can see almost to the lake, the island in the lake.
Great. Sorry, I'm just a little I guess, a little anxious meeting family I didn't know I had. You know, that whole thing.
Well, sure, that can be intimidating, and you're in a strange place you've never been before. Can I make you some tea?
Yeah. Not thinking clearly.
She goes, well, come on into the sitting room. Let me make you folks some tea. I'm sorry I'd ask my daughter to do it, but she's still at school now. She should be home in an hour or so. But sit down, rest yourself, and let me get you some refreshment.
Great. I mean, I don't know if you would know who my parents might have been. Do you know? Did they mention anything? Any family members mention?
Well, not any missing babies that I'm aware of, but...
Is that true?
I was about to say, can I roll telepathy?
I wanted to roll some weird and see if I could get a memory.
Well, I automatically know if somebody lies.
Yeah, she's not lying, but there is a, like, hey, wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And you sense that she's not lying, that she wasn't aware that there was a stray, but she has an inkling of maybe who his parents are.
Okay.
And she shuffles off to make some tea. You hear the usual tea making. Cookie tin opens in the kitchen.
It's not a sewing kit.
No, it's not a sewing kit. It's
This
an
is a
actual cookie
lie.
tin.
Like there were never ever cookies in the sewing kits. They should just be sewing kits.
That is...
Did you want to roll your weird first? Or?
Yeah.
I wanted to roll my telepathy.
Go for it.
Which actually, looking at it again, is my sharp.
Okay.
I want to
Oh, yeah.
try and read her thoughts.
Go ahead.
With that. So that's going to be a 9.
A 9, okay.
All 9s tonight. All 9s all the time.
I'm going to say your glitch is that it doesn't last very long because she is exiting the room as you're doing it.
Sure.
But you get kind of a internal monologue snippet, and it's like a, gosh darn it, Rose. You went and hit a baby? And she's like, I can't believe it, how you would betray the family like this. And it's like she's talking internally to a family member.
I'll roll. See if I can get a memory vibe. That's an 8, 10.
10, okay. Nailed it. So, you are now hallucinating wildly.
Not tea.
You're keeping it together on the outside, but on the inside, you're like, everything in this house looks like nightmares. Like, it doesn't look like Nightmare World yet, but it's like stuff that's like, everything looks animate when it isn't, basically.
Ooh, doilies.
Yeah, the doilies are like shambling about, and there's one thing that's still in all of this like undulating madness of Old Lady House, and it's a photo on the mantelpiece.
Okay, I'll go over and look at the photo. Try to keep my shit together.
And it's a younger version of the lady that you were just talking to, with a woman that looks maybe a couple years younger than her. She could be like 17, 18, in old-fashioned looking clothes. She's pretty, and she has your same locket around her neck, and you just get this overwhelming sense of mom.
Guys, I think this is her. Is there anything written on the back of the photo frame?
Yeah, if you open it up.
Oh, I don't want to open it up yet, but I will eventually.
I mean, she's in the kitchen
So
making
I'll open,
tea.
yeah, I'll open it up. That's a good call. That's a good call. It's gonna take her a minute. I'll try to open it up.
Yeah, and it says Helena and Rose, and it has the year, but it doesn't say anything else in there. There's no like inscription or anything.
Guys, this is her. This is my mom.
Oh. So, where is she then?
I'll find out.
Well, I mean, there was a coffin, or in the graveyard thing. Remember the thing we
That
opened
had
up?
like a 1600 date on it.
No, I didn't notice that part.
It was a memorial. Like, I don't know.
It was not a grave. It
Okay.
was very clearly just like a memorial stone.
He missed that.
Okay.
Look, there was tar flesh on. Never mind. I'm gonna go around and investigate a mystery.
Okay, investigate that mystery.
Poke around. Now that's a 5 plus 2 is a 7.
Okay.
Nice.
And I want to know what's being concealed here.
Um.
Other than the rose thing.
So.
Well, maybe that's it. I don't know.
No, that's not really concealed either. It's out and about. As you poke around the living room, you notice that her little like hand crocheted doilies are all in that like circular sigil pattern.
Chuck.
And it's not really concealed, but it's just like subtle
And then looking around, there's like
iconography.
that iconography is like everywhere.
Yeah.
I've told you, my name's Charlie. And I look up, and I'm like, does that mean I can kill him?
I'm busy looking at the photo. I didn't hear that.
What now?
It means it's probably bad. I mean, she probably knows, and she's probably going to try and kill us.
So I should wait.
Sure.
Colt.
Colt, the kill's one trying to kill us, Colt.
Yeah.
Like, Ridley doesn't know, like, 100% that Colt is actively trying to kill him, but he's convinced that they're actively trying to kill him.
On the other hand, Charlie knows that the cult kills people and is perfectly willing to take out every last motherfucker who had even a hint of responsibility for
There's a
Reese's
hint.
death.
There's a hint there. There's a hint there. There's hints
Exactly.
all over this place. It's stupid with hints.
Yeah, stupid with hints. And you see, like, there's some, like, small religious, like, painting reproductions on the wall, and one has a little, like, placard on the frame, and it says, so God hasn't been lost. We must offer our prayers and not forget our faith. We wait and hope for the day when the path to paradise will be opened.
That's some Heaven's Gate stuff right there.
So, Miss Helena.
And she comes back out with her, like, little tray of tea and cookies. Oh, here you go. You must be famished after your journey.
We had snacks. But, I noticed that you're a member of St. Stella's.
Oh, yes. Well, I usually go down there once a month for their service, but on this side of town we have Balkan's Church, which is the oldest church in the town.
Oh, yeah. Maybe then you'd be able to tell me. My brother was a religious guy.
Was he now?
Yeah, he was. And he was real interested in the churches that you have here in Silent Hill. His name was Reese.
Reese.
And he lived just across the bridge.
Oh, in Shepherd's Glen.
So I know that he wanted to get active in the community here.
Oh, yes. We do have a congregation over there as well. Yes, maybe he was part of their congregation.
Maybe, but they did tell me that, and Reese mentioned that he was coming over here because he found y'all real lovely.
Oh, well, how nice. He must have been very faithful.
Very.
Lovely.
And I just, you know how it is when you lose somebody close to you. You want to talk to people who were close to them.
Oh, how sad. He's gone, is he?
Unfortunately. Hopefully to a better place.
Well, yes. I mean, we all aspire to go to paradise someday.
Of course. But I was hoping that somebody here might, you know, a religious person such as yourself.
Oh, yes. Well, think my memory. Do you know about what time he might have been here?
I'd say probably about 3-4 months back.
3-4 months back. Oh, that recent.
It was just not that. Actually, like, let's go out of character for a second. Does that timeline work?
Yeah.
Great.
Sure.
3-4 months back.
Now, let me see. It's been a busy few months, what with the school year and all. But can you describe him?
Actually, I can do you one better. I have a photo right here.
Perfect.
Always keep him close to me.
She takes a look at it. You know, he does look pretty familiar. I think maybe he came to St. Balkan's 1 or 2 Sundays. Seemed pretty quiet to me, if I remember correctly. But pretty devout.
He was a good person, but, you know, he did like to keep to himself, but he was fond of religious folk.
Well, I'll have to suggest that we honor him at the next meeting.
That'd be real sweet of you.
Well, thank you. If you're still in town, you should come.
I'll think on it.
Maybe there will
see.
be more congregation members that remember him better than I do.
That'd be real nice. But you can't think of anybody who might have been close to him. Somebody who welcomed in new folks.
Sometimes the Shepherd's Glen folks come over to our service to hear our service.
Okay. Well, maybe I'll ask the preacher over there. Thank you.
You're most welcome.
How horrified am I at the amount of things she was lying about?
She remembers him better than she's saying.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, he was definitely here,
Mm-hmm.
and definitely went to church. And she is not surprised that he's dead.
Ah.
Sorry, did I miss when they have their services?
She mentioned Sunday.
Okay.
But that's the only day she
Okay,
mentioned.
I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Ma'am, Sunday's the only day for service, yes?
Oh no, we have a Wednesday evening service, a Friday night service, sometimes a Saturday morning. It's a very devout community.
Just wondering in case, we were interested in dropping in.
Oh yes, of course. Usually memorials and remembrances we do on Sundays.
Interesting.
But your evening services are when?
Wednesday
Good
and Friday.
time.
Oh, my apologies. 8 p.m. It's like 1 p.m.
Yeah.
Who is this in this photo with you?
Well, that's my sister Rose.
Oh. Is she around? I mean, she might know who my family is, my parents are.
She unfortunately left the town. Out of character, how old are you?
Probably like 20, I'm in law school, so it's like 24.
24? She left the town about 25 years ago. And I haven't seen her since, unfortunately.
A lot of people leave Silent Hill. It seems such a nice, quiet community. Why would anybody want to leave?
I know, it was quite a shock to the family. Occasionally, some folk just aren't interested in the quiet, devout life here in the country, I suppose. We do miss her terribly, though.
I bet.
But as far as looking for your family, I suppose you could check with the records at the hospital. They would have any information about births. How old did you say you are?
20. I just remember I said 20.
You said 24.
That's what I
Yeah,
thought. I'm going to write that down. 24.
Okay, so there were a lot of Gillespies in town at that time. We used to have a much bigger family tree.
What happened to them?
Oh, well, some moved away, like dear Rose, and some died of old age and whatnot, as people are wont to do. As time goes on, people have less children. Family tree gets a little narrower. But, I mean, there's a few cousins that possibly
Okay.
could be your folks.
That's good to know. Sorry, I'm just feeling a little flushed. I don't know, just the emotion of meeting family, but
Maybe we can get some air.
yeah.
I think that sounds like a great
Would
idea.
you excuse me just for a second? I'm so
Oh,
sorry.
of course. No, you're welcome anytime.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
I mean, there's so much to see here anyway. We should.
Yeah, we should get on while the getting's good.
Oh, yes. I mean, with the fog and all, you'll have a good couple hours of daylight to explore the town, and then before services tonight.
Great. Hope to see you soon.
Well, I'll certainly welcome you back again.
Great. Thank you.
So I guess we leave?
Yeah.
All right.
I
Get to
am
the...
seriously like, so on the way out, I would like to see if I can like, okay, I've got it. So I'm gonna say like, oh, before we go, do you mind if I use your restroom real quick?
Oh, certainly. It's just down the hall on the second door on the right.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. So I'm gonna go, you know, not actually use the bathroom. Like, or I guess I could. It's been a bit. I'm gonna use the bathroom, wash my hands, whatever. On the way back, I'm gonna detour through the kitchen and just like, I'm gonna turn the gas on.
I knew you were going to do that. I knew you were going to light the house on fire.
I love it.
Amazing.
You know, who needs a pilot light?
Leave the gas on.
I am going to leave the gas on.
Okay.
I'm gonna look over to Quinn. Please tell me you feel that.
The weirdness?
How everything in this house is moving. Do you not see that?
It's the tea. He's hallucinating.
Dude, you drank their tea twice.
Well, no, I didn't have the second cup of tea. She was making it when I was looking at the picture.
Well, you had their tea.
What are you on?
I mean, I've had that tea before, too. It's awesome.
I don't know. Nothing. You know, I don't take that kind of shit.
I don't know what you do.
His pupils are super dilated, by the way.
But you look super high right now.
He's very sweaty.
Look, I don't...
Let's get in the car. Are we in the car?
Well, we were waiting for her to come back. So
Yeah.
I
wanted
run
to...
to the foyer.
Oh, okay.
I think probably Quinn is getting antsy, so she's going to go ahead and, like, light up a clove just outside.
No. I, like...
And like right as you
Ridley
like
is
take your
like- is
cigarette and
like-
lighter out, I'm like, oh, you might want to hold off till we're in the car.
Okay.
It's okay. It makes the car smell better.
A lot of things that make that car smell better.
Yeah, you know, like toothpaste, and small
Mold.
cats.
So you all hop in your car.
Okay, so before we drive.
Before you drive.
Okay, so like, you all got that they definitely knew. What's your brother's name?
That
Reese.
bitch murdered Reese.
No, well, I don't know if she murdered Reese because she didn't seem that, but like she definitely knew who he was and
This whole
like who was
town
around.
is hiding something.
Well, apparently it's Reese's Pieces.
You've been waiting so long to make that joke. I love it. Take an experience point for that stupid joke.
Yes.
That'll be great. Like, not just like, I'm just gonna smack you upside the head with my 9mm.
Worth it.
So as you're talking in the car, you start to hear faintly at first, and then getting gradually very louder, like an air raid siren. And the air around you is getting dark very quickly.
Turn on the lights.
All right, you're all seeing this, though, right?
Yeah.
Nothing about this can be good.
Okay, I'm driving out of here.
So
Out of here.
you turn on the lights on the car, and it illuminates the setting around you, and the kind of dilapidated street is now full-on rusted steel grating, and the houses to your right, the paint has like completely peeled off of them. The wood is rotten and like half falling off. The street lamps are made of metal that is very corroded and possibly covered in blood, ? The lights are like dimly kind of flickering on the street lamps. And in place of the like picket fences, there is just like chain link with very pointy barbed wire on the top.
This is the greatest day ever.
I'm definitely seeing this. Are
thank
you
God.
seeing this?
Uh-huh.
Yep. That's not good.
Can we leave?
Yeah,
we should leave immediately.
We should
He's
go
going.
straight to Balkans. Because
fog
we're going to
has
miss our
retreated.
miss.
We should go home.
I don't know that we can.
Well, we can try.
We
But-
should try. We should try to get
I
out.
am
Go.
not
Leaving.
leaving without bringing Reese's murderers to justice.
Okay, well, you can jump out the car.
Okay then.
Yeah,
We can do that later.
I don't know that there is a later. This place is
I know, 'cause
weird.
we'll die.
You in the distance hear the roar that sounds awfully familiar.
That thing again.
We're leaving.
Let's go to Balkans.
Fortunately, the fog has receded and now your headlights can see much farther, but it is pitch black outside.
Oh, good. All right, so I'm just driving right now.
Okay, so
We'll
you're just
figure out
randomly
where we're
driving.
gonna go.
Okay.
While we go.
Okay, so you're arguing about where to go.
I think I'm gonna just try and go to that bridge and get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're going back
we
the way
can't
you
avenge
came.
anybody dead.
You can't. Okay. So you're going back the way you came. You pass a lot of like open land, and then you pass what used to be the amusement park, and is now the Nightmare World amusement park version. All of the coasters are completely rusted and like falling apart. The carousel has the horses have been disintegrated and have like blood oozing down from their face.
Me, not my character, really wants to go there so badly.
You pass that, and it's just like very clear that everything has changed here. And you drive back down towards where the covered bridge should be, and the road just ends and falls off into nothingness.
Into nothingness.
What the fuck?
This is some horror movie bullshit. What is happening right now?
Cult and monsters.
I'm gonna
stuff.
say that it's the cultist fault, and if we kill all the cultists, maybe we can get the fuck out of here.
We don't know how many there
I
are.
think the cultists can
Let's
do
go
this.
find out, and wreak some havoc. Because at least then we can take some action.
Yes.
Also,
Okay.
I'm kind of mad that that bitch's house didn't get set on fire. Internally.
What do you mean?
So, never mind.
It's a weird thing to
I
say.
pull out the tarot card again and check to see if it's got still any kind of spirit vibrations to it. Has it changed at all in the location that we're at?
Nope. The other 4 cards look like older and worner, but that one actually looks slightly newer.
Okay, so I have a plan. What always kills monsters? Fire. Fire always kills monsters. So, we go to the gas station, we grab a bunch of the bottles, fill them with gas, and we drive by the Balkans and we light that on fire.
Why is every answer for you lighting it on fire?
Because it kills monsters. Have you read anything?
It didn't kill that ghost.
Ghost is not technically a monster. It was a monster. Well, it's
But
Technically,
you told
we
me
could
the ghosts
shoot
were
them.
monsters.
okay. Well, they are monsters, but that's a very special case.
I'm gonna look at the locket that I got out of the monument and compare it to
Yeah.
the locket that I have. Do they look any different?
No,
In the Nightmare World? Okay.
they look exactly the same.
I'm gonna go ahead and hold the locket that I'm wearing kind of close to my heart, which have kind of become a security blanket for me, and see if I can try to calm my shit.
Oh yeah.
You know what? Can I use magic on you to neutralize a poison?
Yes.
What does it say on the use
Sure,
magic move?
give it a try.
I mean, that's literally what it says. It's like you can heal one harm
Yeah.
from an injury or neutralize a poison.
Okay. Give it a try.
That's a 10.
Oh, lovely.
Beautiful.
Thanks.
Okay.
In true, like, I hit a couple of, like, pressure points in your wrist. And I'm like, just calm your shit.
Thanks. I feel better.
You stop hallucinating, but everything is still a nightmare.
It's not like,
It's a less wobbly nightmare.
yeah, I'll take that.
It's terrible. It's just also
I'm
stably
not frightened
terrible.
and seasick, just frightened. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so when I asked honest advice and I was go to the Balkans and I left.
Uh-huh.
Does that count as doing the opposite thing?
Yeah.
Because then I can take the move connect the dots and look for wider patterns.
Oh, okay. Yeah, do that.
Alright, so... Sharp. That is a... blah, 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 an 11. So, on a 10 plus hold 3, you can spend your hold during the mystery to ask the keeper any one of the following questions. Is this person connected to current events more than they are saying? When and where will the next critical event occur? What does the monster want from this person? Is this connected to previous mysteries we have investigated? Or how does this mystery connect to the bigger picture?
Okay.
And I would like to know where and when the next critical event will occur.
Ooh, okay. So...
I.e., where the fuck should we go?
You,
To hell, oh wait, we're there.
might get your wish.
Yes!
So, you get a feeling that the next critical event, I'm gonna choose, because there's a couple options where this can happen, is going to be at the Midwich Elementary School.
I think we should go to the elementary school.
What does that have to do with anything?
Why?
That makes
Well-
no sense.
Exactly. Because that is what they're waiting for. Those monsters and those cultists are waiting for us at the Balkans. They're waiting for the church. They're probably coming here right now. Anywhere we've been, they're looking for us. But the elementary school is A, where they don't expect us, but also B, the one person that you might be related to who probably isn't actively trying to kill us.
I mean, he makes a weird point.
Kind of?
I guess.
Out of my ass.
I love it.
Sound good?
Yeah. But you're still not the leader.
All right.
So driving to the elementary school?
Yeah.
All right, so you pull your car, your station wagon, back from the edge of oblivion, and drive back up towards Central Silent Hill, where the elementary school is. You saw it; it was just down the street from the Gillespie house. And as you are driving, you pass the gas station where you stopped earlier, and you all notice that the front door is wide open. And it looks like the Nightmare World version of the gas station.
Evil Twinkies.
Yes, evil Twinkies. And there is like a large smear of blood out the front door.
Oh shit. Kevin's dead, or whatever his name was. I even forget his name.
Richard.
Yeah, you don't see Richard in there
Kevin.
anymore. But yeah, so you keep going up the lake on your right, and you make your left
Wait, was Richard always dead?
to go. He seemed like a very alive human person when you met him.
And does this happen often, or is this the only time this has happened? Because if this happened a lot, there'd be a lot more dead people.
You don't know.
Well, or maybe there's only like 7. Okay, never mind.
So you make it to the, you don't see any other monsters or anything on the way to the elementary school. I don't have a picture of that one. I have one for the interior. Okay, and it is pretty quiet, but horribly nightmarish outside. It looks like an elementary school, except it's, made of rusted steel and metal and weird grating over the windows, like a jail. And it all looks like it's been covered in, 500 years of corrosion and possibly smeared with blood. You want to go inside?
Yes!
Oh, so he wants to go in here. But, take the fight to the actual people attempting to kill us. No, that would be terrible.
Well, yeah, because there are people there who want to kill us, who know way more about what's going on.
And
Or we can go here and
With-
figure shit out.
a like loud grinding steel against concrete noise, the front door like swings open, and a young Laura Ashley looking girl, panicked looking, steps out and says, "What are you doing standing around out there? Get in here!"
You don't have to tell me twice.
Run in.
And she shuts the door behind you and pulls it out down like a gigantic bar and thunks it into the door. You can't just stand around outside like that.
What is happening here?
Well, it's otherworld time.
Coming in?
So that happens every night?
Well, not every night, no.
But that's what the siren means, is it's otherworld night.
Time,
Time.
not night. It's not night, it's daytime outside.
Look into the pitch black.
It's
What are
only...
you doing here?
I work here. I'm one of the elementary school teachers. I'm Victoria.
Is this the girl I've been seeing in my vision?
Yup.
Yeah. I've seen you.
What do you mean? Around town? I haven't seen you.
No. Just go with me on this. I sometimes get feelings about people, and I saw you at the church, and you were you took something.
Shh. Don't. Can't tell anyone.
Okay, I won't. But
And
What?
she notices your locket, and she goes, "You found it."
yeah, and I pull out the other one. Like, yeah,
Wait,
I saw you put this there too.
where'd you get that one?
I've always had this one. I was born with it. Apparently my parents, or my mother at least, was from Silent Hill.
Oh,
Do you know what any of this means?
you shouldn't have come here.
I've been hearing that a lot lately.
Okay.
Been feeling that a lot.
Yeah.
You a member of this church?
I was raised in the church. I desperately want to leave. That's why I hid that.
What is it?
What's the Aglophagus?
Talk to me like I'm 12.
Gesundheit.
It banishes demons.
Yes. You can use it in an exorcism, and it banishes demons.
Are demons?
But what did that have to do with my brother,
Who's your brother?
Reese? He
Oh.
came over here from Shepherd's Glen.
Oh, yeah, I remember him. He was a new convert, very interested in the church. I told him he should leave, but he
He's always been stubborn as hell.
wanted to learn what it was all about, and I told him what would happen, but he didn't believe me. I mean, tell people they're going to get sacrificed, and they just don't listen. I'm sorry about your brother.
Just who did this? Who's in charge of your church?
Well, Miss Carolyn is. She's the high priestess.
And is she
Where
at
is
Balkans tonight?
I mean, she's got to leave the service, so she might be, but with this going on, I don't know.
Is it unexpected?
Well, I mean, I wasn't expecting more sacrifices today, but
Oh,
I
so
guess things have accelerated.
a sacrifice happens every time the otherworld the otherworld time happens,
I mean,
and that's what turns it off.
no. That's what turns it on.
So someone's already been sacrificed.
So,
Yeah.
So people want this to happen.
Well, yeah, they're trying to
Oh,
bring
Richard.
back paradise.
Right.
So when you said I shouldn't come back, are you saying I'm going to be sacrificed?
Well, I mean, hopefully not if I told you about it.
Yeah, but the only way out of town is gone.
Oh, yeah, you can't leave during Otherworld.
How long does Otherworld usually last?
I mean, it's hard to tell time when it's like this.
But you're saying all we have to do is survive this, and then we can go.
Maybe.
Well, that maybe is good enough for me.
I mean, well, I don't know how safe it's going to be in here, and you can hear like a shuffling noise from down the hall. We should keep moving.
Yeah,
Wait,
probably for the best.
Do you have the things that shoot this stuff? You
Yeah,
still
I
have
mean,
it?
I have my shooties on me. You're the only one who constantly leaves them in the car.
No, not in here, but they're outside.
What is in here?
You don't want to know.
Well,
The great children will probably be coming if we make too much noise.
Well, at least I have this knife. Silent can be deadly.
Yeah, we should keep moving. I mean, I've never been in here when it's been like this, but I think I should be able to tell us the way.
What are the great children?
Can we talk about it in the car?
You want to go back out there?
She said no.
We're going somewhere else. She's going to lead us to
Okay.
a safe
Alright,
zone.
Great.
So we're going to follow.
We should hide.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're going to go do that. What are the great children?
She goes, look that way. And you can see like a small humanoid shape kind of shuffling down the hallway in the distance.
Are these in my nightmares?
You recognize the shape from far away. Yeah. And she takes you down a hallway, like past some classrooms, and at the end of the hallway you come to a door that looks like this, that has two wrapped in cloth bodies hanging on the wall by chains next to it.
I am
just
going to cut the cloth off of one of the, both of those. I want to know who they are.
They do not have faces.
Oh, great.
I am just going to start accepting this. And he says that out loud. I just accept this now. This is what reality is.
She pats you on the shoulder and says, I'm sorry. I don't like it either. I wanted to leave today, but then this happened and you can't leave when it's like this. If, will you folks take me with you if we get
Yes.
through this? All
Yes. That's fair.
right. Okay.
Did we just see one creature or multiple creatures?
You just see one down the end of the hallway, but it sounds like there's more.
Okay.
Yep.
So we're going through this door?
Yeah. So you go through the door, and it's like a wide hallway. There should be lockers on the sides. They're just like open rusted metal cages. Some of them have like bloody fabric and detritus in them. You're welcome.
Go on.
There's just a slowly turning rusted fan inset in the wall that's making a horrible grinding noise.
I'm so happy.
And you get to the end of the hallway and there's stairs that go up or down. And she looks kind of confused. And she's like, this shouldn't be here. And she just looks like at a loss for what to do.
You mean the stairs?
Yep, this isn't normally where the stairs are.
So you don't know if we should go up or down?
Nope. Your guess is as good as mine at this point. I usually get to go home before this happens, just write out the nightmare in my house. Well, does anybody have a coin we could flip?
I just kind of did.
And what'd it say?
Down.
She chose down?
She looks a little... I was afraid you were going to say that, but okay. We're going down. Let's go.
Is that bad?
She just starts trudging
Really
down
down.
the stairs. Yep.
Going down. Let's do it.
And so it's like one of those not kind of square rectangular stairways that you find in schools. That's pretty wide, but it's like you can see through the stairs below you because they're open grating. So it's terrifying and it's very dark and it goes down several stories and you're still descending. And she just is like trudging along like this is what happens on a Wednesday.
Are there lights?
Yeah, every like layer has
Okay.
like one kind of dim utility light situation.
So I'll have my flashlight out too.
Yeah. And as you're going down, like with your flashlight, you shine it on the walls and there's like kind of encased like metal tubing that it's grated, you can see through, and there's like weird corpulent shapes undulating through it as you descend into the darkness. And eventually you come to the bottom, which is a landing, and it opens up into a small room with like a floor-to-ceiling turnstile situation in the middle, and then pipes on either side with valves.
I have a feeling up wasn't going to be much better, but this is awful.
Well, at least there's a turnstile.
Yeah.
Can we go through the turnstile?
It doesn't move when you push on it. But it looks like maybe if you turn the valve, it would turn it. There's 4 valves, by the way.
Okay. I'm going to number them. Okay, so I'm going to try the top left valve.
Uh-huh.
If they're in a square.
Yes, they are.
Okay, I'm going to try the top left valve.
And it moves the top left section of the turnstile.
Oh. Like a little bit?
Yeah, if you turn it once, it goes whoonk, and then there's like, the little tines that come out of it.
Neat. So what about the top right one?
Same. Turns
Cool.
the top right one.
Well, then can we do it so that it gets to the point we can go through?
Do that puzzle. Roll,
Yeah.
Roll for it. See how long it takes you.
Oh.
Yes! That's a 6.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to burn a luck.
Okay.
To get a 12.
To make it 12. Yeah. Oh, okay. So, it looks like at first it's going to take you a minute, and then you just like turn. Oh, clear. Okay.
Hey, look, we did it.
Look, we did it. And their pathway is open into the dark, narrow corridor ahead of you,
I love Rubik's Cubes.
flanked by metal tubing. You can go single file into it.
Dance the marching London.
Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. I'm tanky.
I'll go
Okay.
next.
I guess I'll go then. So you're gonna bring up the rear?
Sure. That's a terrible idea.
Are you going to let Victoria go ahead of you, or are you going to let her bring up the rear?
Sure, we can let her bring up the rear. That's
Okay.
fine.
She looks a little hesitant to go in, but she sees you all go in, and she follows, kind of looks back up the stairs a little bit, and then follows you. And as you are walking through this narrow, tubed hallway with, like, every once in a while there's, like, a weird section where there's no, like, piping, and sometimes there's, like, a weird painting of something horrible, like a bunch of bodies hanging in, like, metal cages from the ceiling. And, like, over here there's, like, a person being lit on fire. It's like a weird art gallery. But you start to hear a loud, like, metal on metal, like, clanking sound, timed as if, like, you know that sound when you're dragging a rolling suitcase down a set of stairs, and it's just like thunk, 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 something heavy being dragged down metal stairs, but it's metal on metal, and it's coming from behind you.
We should keep moving.
I'm gonna move faster.
Faster would be good.
Grab Quinn by the hand and take her with me.
We're gonna.
Yeah, so let's all roll to see how fast you run from this terrible thing. Let's see. How about some act under pressure? Let's roll cool.
Ooh, that's good. 12.
12, okay.
5.
Uh-oh.
10.
Actually,
8.
4. Sorry.
8.
8, okay.
10.
10, okay. So, Quinn is gonna trip and fall.
Yay!
Yay!
Is that going to trip us up who are after Quinn?
No, because you rolled real well. So, you trip over just like a protruding bit of metal that's in the floor, and fall down hard. These two manage to like juke over you, but poor Victoria does not see you fall, and she eats shit right next to you. And so you stand up and dust yourself off, and as you're pulling her hand to, like, help her get up, you see come out of the darkness what was following you, which is Horrible. Hold for dramatic pause while I find him.
Pyramid Head!
Yeah, there he is.
Drum roll.
No,
Yay!
don't zoom. Don't zoom. You have to see him in all his glory.
Yes!
This
Oh, fuck that forever. That's amazing.
guy! For the listeners at home who've never seen Pyramid Head, he is a very buff dude who's shirtless and very pale, wearing a loincloth made of human skin, with a gigantic metal rusted triangular headpiece and a giant, like way too big for him, anime-sized knife, and several severed heads.
Like you.
So he lurches out of the darkness, tries to swing his knife, but it's too narrow in here. It gets caught in one of the metal pipes, which bursts open with steam, hot steam, so you have to drop her hand and back away from her, basically. And then with his free hand, he clamps onto her ankle and drags her ass back into the darkness. And she screams.
Scramble to catch up with everybody else and get up on my feet and start running.
Are you running away from him?
Yeah.
Okay. That's wise. Do you look?
I run into his arms.
Do you
And
look?
we get married and everything is wonderful forever.
Do you look back at all to see what happened to her?
No.
Okay.
No, this is not...
You've been in a horror movie before.
I mean, I do look back, like, at the sound of the screams.
Okay.
I want to
Yeah.
make sure, like, it's not you. We were holding hands, then suddenly we weren't.
Yeah.
And I hear a scream.
At the sound of the scream, you turn back and you see Pyramid Head like wrenching his knife out of the wall, and he throws a very limp Victoria over one shoulder and just stalks back the way he came.
Damn it.
What the fuck happened? Where's Victoria?
Monster.
Yeah. Monster.
Gotta keep going.
Gotta keep going.
Fuck.
So where are we going? Wait.
So now you guys are alone in the nightmare mode elementary school, deep underground in a narrow tunnel.
Hey, at least we're inside.
Also, currently there's only one way to go, and that's away from Pyramid Head.
Away from the
Yeah.
monster, generally, yes. Okay, so we're going forward.
Yeah.
Perfect. So you continue forward very quickly at a quick pace down this hallway, and you come into an open room that has a large. It's like ringed with paintings of a ominous religious sort. They seem to depict, like, it would be in a Christian church, like the Stations of the Cross kind of situation, but it's all, like, weird. There's, like, a lady in red being burned at the stake in one, and then she's, like, handing a baby to somebody in another one, and there's all sorts of occulty weirdness happening. And then there's one in the center that, I'll show you what it looks like. It's a woman burning in a white dress with a congregation gazing adoring upon her.
Oh, and those
in
are
the
the
center
circles.
with the creepy circles, and see, and the caption underneath of it, the little plaque says, "Flame purifies all."
I would like to read a bad situation.
By the way, this is the sigil that you've been seeing, the church sign
Neat.
everywhere.
Yeah.
You would like to read the bad situation?
Yeah, I'm looking. I was like, okay, now it's up to us to get the fuck out of here. So I'm gonna try and look around and all these places and see what's happening. And that is a 12.
Ooh.
Nice.
So I get to hold 3. Mm-hmm. And I can spend one hold, or I can spend hold 1 for 1 to ask the following questions: what's my best way in? What's my best way out? Are there any dangers we haven't noticed? What's the biggest threat? What's most vulnerable to me? And what's the best way to protect the victims? I would like to know if there's any dangers we haven't noticed.
Yes. There is a danger you haven't noticed. So the sacrifices are building towards something. Victoria mentioned to you that the cult is trying to bring back paradise. So there is a method to the madness that is happening around you.
Right.
And the hidden danger is that if you don't act quickly, they may succeed.
And this being paradise.
Yeah, this may become a permanent situation.
Right. Well, I owe you an apology, Chuck.
You owe me many, but like, yeah,
I mean,
duh. I was right. Yes, it's fine.
No,
Let's
no,
go
no.
find
No.
Carolyn and take her down.
That's not it. It's
Honestly, I don't actually care what you think because you are what got us in this.
well, if I didn't get us in this, we'd be out there and we'd be dead.
Not necessarily. Don't actually know that. I'm gonna go find
you-
the people who are doing this. And
Well-
y'all can come or not, but like, I'm
Yes.
not watching Victoria like I may not have been able to take that thing down there, but like, I'm not gonna watch another person die ever again, ever.
I like that plan too. But when you
So-
look around here, like what they're trying to do is not kill people. I mean,
They are literally killing people,
we
so it's
stop
not so
for a
much
sec.
trying,
Let's stop.
but succeeding.
No, what they're trying to do is make the other world time all the time. It's not just trying to kill people because there's some creepy cult and there's somebody telling them they're like, woo! They want to make this all the time and it's working.
Cool. That doesn't stop my goal, which is to stop them from doing that.
Yes.
Which
But-
they are doing by killing people, so still right.
So, okay, cool. You're right. Awesome. Now, do you want to be right in just killing who you want to kill, or do you want to be right in making sure this never happens again?
I'm pretty sure that they're one and the same, which is take out Carolyn, who's the high priestess. Hopefully save Victoria in the meantime, but that thing was... I'm not scared easily, dude, but that thing was not okay. But definitely taking out Carolyn,
Yes.
and hopefully saving Victoria, and
Yeah.
then definitely getting the fuck out of here.
Did anybody ever say anything against that?
I mean, you keep doing the opposite of the things I express a desire to do, so
Well, yeah,
I'm
and
just
that has protected us. So
not really.
now,
Can we keep moving, please?
Yeah, I'd rather not stay in here any longer.
well,
Yeah.
we have to find out how to get out of here. How do we get out of here? That's my best way out.
What's your best way out?
Yeah, I'm gonna use a hold.
That painting that says "Flame purifies all" looks real flammable.
Oh, all right. We can go through this. Let me see your lighter.
He's pointing directly at a painting on the wall.
Can I see your lighter, Quinn?
You okay over there, Alice?
We'll get through this. Come on.
I mean, what's the worst that can happen?
Everything. Can I just light it on fire?
Yeah, I'll light it on fire.
It catches real fast. It was very flammable. And it burns real bright for a second. You all have to shield your eyes because you've been in very dark for a while. And once it's burned away, there's a door behind it.
Why are y'all mad at me all the time?
Because you're an asshole.
Who's saving you again?
There was no first time.
That you're aware of. Let's go.
Can we argue about this on the other side of that door?
I am already going.
The door is locked.
All right.
But there is a small slot above the doorknob that is about 2.5, 3 inches wide and not very tall. If you were in a hotel, you would think it was like
I'm
a
going to
key card
use my
lock.
prayer card on it.
Prayer card doesn't fit.
Damn it.
It's such a weird...
You still have that tarot card?
Yeah?
Now is a good time.
I'll take it out and try it in the slot.
And it goes all the way in and click, click, door unlocks.
Result. High five.
I hate to know where we're headed.
I was about to say, could it be any worse? And I decided not
Well, the
to.
best thing about it is it won't be here.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah, it might be worse.
Well,
Yes, but like the alternative is staying here,
All right,
so
let's go
we're
then.
going.
God.
So you go through the door, and you're in another fun, long, dark hallway that's very narrow and feels like you're descending into a pyramid. Except this one feels like you're going at a slightly upward angle.
Yes.
And it goes on for a long time. Like, you start to get nervous about how long this tunnel is, because why would there be a tunnel this long? And finally...
Why would there be any of this?
Why? Finally, you come to a door, just in the end of it, that's unlocked. You open it, and you find yourself in a similarly nightmarish room that is, covered in all the accoutrement you have come to expect of the other world, but looks weirdly like the Historical Society.
Fuck, it brought us back.
Well, I guess they're all attached.
And you notice that, like, the objects you saw before that you didn't steal are still in the cases, but they're now, like, metal grate cases. Like, there's that obsidian goblet in there in the spot where the tarot cards used to be. But most of the photos on the walls have changed, and now they're all stuff like this. Painting a pyramid head in front of a wall of hanging bodies.
Like you?
Yep. And instead of the back wall where there's like a room where where Miss Ellis came out of, there is just like it's an open kind of barn door situation that goes out onto a boat dock.
We burn everything to the ground.
I'm fine with that. Anything else in here useful since you found the one useful thing before?
Can I check?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Nice.
Nice. That's going to be a 13.
13. Ooh, okay. So,
You're a good dice boy. You need to stay over here.
you see a couple things that you noticed before and a couple things that you didn't notice before. That obsidian goblet is in there, and you get kind of a weird, bad feeling from it. There's also, it wasn't here before, but there's like a small glass vial of white liquid sitting next to it. And those two things seem kind of related, maybe. And then there's also in a case by itself, this case wasn't here in the not other world. There is like kind of a pyramid-shaped puzzle. It has a bunch of different faces, and each one has like a fragment of a symbol on it.
I'm going to go after that puzzle.
Yeah, the case is unlocked.
Right.
It's kind of like stuck, but you can
open it.
pry it open.
Is it like a Rubik's Cube kind of thing?
It looks, it's kind of more Hellraiser puzzle box than
Sure.
Rubik's Cube, but in a
I kind of figured
triangle shape.
You could have left that large pond. You just branched right out.
Does it look like there's a configuration that makes sense for it?
You can see there's patterns that look like they should match up, yeah, on different facets.
Probably not smart, but I'm going to try and...
You're going to try and align it?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll act under pressure.
Under pressure.
That would be a straight up 6, but I am going to use a luck. And make
Make it a 12.
Make it a 12 instead.
Yay!
And
Okay.
let my dark sides get worse.
So, you start to align it, and you realize pretty quickly, about halfway through, that it's forming the Halo of the Sun sigil that you guys keep seeing everywhere.
Sure.
On the face of it, and since your dark sides are getting worse, it seems to like vibrate and glow while you're aligning it, the symbol itself, and then once you get it actually aligned, it bleeds.
Neat.
Yeah.
But only to you.
Whoa. And I'm going to like throw it in
Catch it, look
Charlie's
at it.
direction.
Is there a reason? Is Pinhead coming? Really, I need to know if Petcoat's coming.
I don't know if anything is coming at this point. I just know I don't want that in my hands right now.
Cool. Well, I'm keeping it then, and hopefully it'll be useful.
I don't know. I don't know what anything is anymore.
Bad idea. Can I see that?
Yeah, sure. I don't see why not. But, like, when you preface that by bad idea, what bad idea are you going to do?
So I take it, and I'm going to see if I have any connection to the town in the other world.
Ooh.
And see if I can figure out, like, through memory, what it does. Or what significance it has. This is a terrible, terrible thing.
Yeah!
Oh.
Damn.
You got anything you can spend, dude?
Well, I can do luck. I'll do luck.
Okay.
Now, when I
Aw.
spend luck, the keeper can bring my fate into play. And I assume at this point you might want to bring in some doom.
Yeah, let's bring that doom.
So I got failure and hosts of monsters. So
Hosts
have fun
of
with that.
monsters!
Hooray!
Yes! Okay.
So, I would like, there's things of Pyramid Head everywhere.
Yeah, there's paintings.
I would like to investigate a mystery.
Go for it.
Because I want to find out more. That's a 7 plus 2 is a 9.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have any problem spending luck. I don't know what you guys have with all your dooms and fates and stuff. Maybe it's because I'm a normal person. I think I actually am going to move that up to a 12 because
Okay.
I really want to answers.
Yeah.
And I want
What's your question?
What can it do? And what can hurt it?
Oh, okay. Well, what it can do is stab the absolute crap out of you with that great knife, or grasp and rip your skin directly off of your body, all at once. Alternatively, pick you up and drag you to your doom, because it's an executioner.
Ah, okay, that's good to know.
It is very strong. What can hurt it is basically hurting the cult will hurt it, kind of
Okay.
at this point. Like
It's attached to the power of the cult is its power.
it is attached to the power of darkness that is fueling this situation that is around you. You can hurt it physically, but it's, as far as monsters go, it's going to be tougher than that chest mouth guy you fought in the park.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
What?
You did shoot it. It was mostly dead.
You know what? There are doors, there's an outside,
Yeah.
there are people that I know need to
Okay,
die.
let's resolve your thing first.
Okay.
So, you try and magic this thing in your hand, and you get kind of a sense memory of the woman you saw in the photo that appears to be your mother. And she's arguing with Helena, with her sister. And she is saying very blasphemous things that Helena is shocked by. She's like, why would you even want this? Is this your god? You're gonna make everything look like nightmares forever? And she has that thing in her hand and she chucks it at her sister. And it just, hits her in the chest and bounces off of her. And Helena is, aghast.
This has some kind of significance to them trying to bring the other world back full time. I see my mom arguing with Helena, saying things that are blasphemous, but they seem to make perfect sense to me.
And in the vision you saw, Helena's reaction was she kind of dove for the object.
Oh, so it's important.
It's and she's a little bit precious but afraid of it too.
So sacred.
Yeah.
Sacred in a profane way.
Yeah.
Okay.
She, yeah.
This means something to them. This is incredibly valuable to the cult.
Well, then we're definitely keeping it.
That's my thought.
But with your Doom Hordes
Yeah.
of Monsters situation,
Yeah. Yay!
You start hearing, like, some kind of flesh on door situation happening behind you, at the door that you came in on. It does not sound like somebody dragging a great knife, so
Good.
that's better for you.
Small miracles.
Yeah, but you can also hear some movement outside.
Great. We should go.
Yeah.
I don't think we're alone. It looks like our only option is this boat.
To the island?
We'll just out of here.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
good.
they did mention that there was an island in the middle of the lake, and
That's good.
maybe that's where the church is?
Oh, the church is in the center of the town, but let's not argue about
Yeah,
that right
yeah,
now.
let's get on the boat.
Well, there are two churches, and
Let's
that,
get on
just
the
as a
boat.
point of... I'm sorry, but, like, out of character? Like, I just want to clarify what the fuck is going... Like, where stuff is that we already talked about.
Oh yeah, you know there's at least 2 churches in the town, and there is an island in the middle of the
Okay,
lake.
so Balkan is not on the island, like, they didn't say that part.
Balkans is not specifically on the island. You don't.
Okay.
You're not sure what is on the island, but several people have mentioned the island to you.
Cool. Okay, well, it doesn't sound like we have much of a choice.
You do have to go past it if you're going to go to say
yeah,
Balkan Church.
like, we're going to go to the island one way or another.
So, are we all getting in the boat?
I'm not sticking around to find out what's behind that door.
Sure.
Yeah, the noises are. The movement is getting louder.
Yeah,
Okay.
it sounds like a lot.
Who's gonna row? It's a rowboat.
Not it.
Not it. I have minus one theft.
No, I'm gonna go with, like, I'm the one with the shotguns covering our backs.
All right, Austin. I think you're rowing.
All right, this will be fun. It's a good time to have -1 to tough.
Yeah, so do I.
I mean, it's your fam.
That's a 6.
Whew, okay. Does anybody want to help row?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm also on -1 to tough, guys. Just throwing that out there. Yeah, so that's going to be a 7.
Did you say 7?
Yeah.
Okay,
That wins.
that gives
Yeah.
a +1.
Yeah. Okay. That gives you the +1 you
It's a 7.
needed. So you get in. Austin is very nervous. He grabs the oars, but like one goes in the water, and then Quinn has to like help fish it out, and
I'm feeling very seen.
you're fumbling. You get the oars in where they're supposed to go, and the door in the historical society bursts open, and you see like 5 of those chest spinners come out of the door and begin lurching towards the boat.
Sweet, I'm going to take a shot since I was covering our backs with my
Yeah.
shotgun.
Go ahead and kick some ass.
Yeah. So that's a 10.
10. Perfect. You land a shot directly in the chest mouth of the front one that was just getting ready to like spit tar on you. You saw the like aperture with weird little teeth open up, and you're like, nope, ba-boom! And it knocks him backwards with a perfect strike, knocking all of them over. So they're just, the historical society is now full of these like armless humanoids just like furiously trying to get up so they can spit tar at you. But Austin over here is rowing like an Olympian because fuck that noise.
Nope.
Great. And in the grand sense of these things, is there like any kind of, like, what is the lighting like in there? Is it lit by electrics? Is it lit by kerosene lanterns?
It's lit by like a very dim like electricity, so it's like that orangey yellow kind of filtered through a like rusty mesh light situation.
Cool.
Yeah.
Never mind. I did think about setting it on fire.
It's okay, there's more stuff to set on fire.
I'm sure there will be.
Alright, so we're rowing
Rowing.
into the middle of this vast lake where there's a tiny island in the middle, and then on the far side there's a creepy amusement park past which there is the church. Where you want to row to?
Let's investigate the island first, I guess.
There's a good chance there might not be any monsters over there,
Or there'll be, you know, people we can force information out of. I'm down with that.
Alright, let's go to the island.
Perfect. So you row over to the small island, and there, as you approach it, you can see like kind of a dilapidated dock on one side. So you pull in there and exit the boat.
Tie off and...
It's kind of like there's a steep hill with some stairs up to be able to see where like what's on the island. There's some trees kind of around the outside of it. So how do we want to proceed? Are we sneaking?
Yeah, I'm cool with sneaking.
Are you
There was
just
anything
barging
else
on
on
in there?
Sneaking seems good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. So, let's see. Let us have a collective cool roll, just to see how sneaky everybody is.
Okay.
That's 12.
And that's an 8. Sneaky.
Sneaking.
9.
9.
Perfect. Beautiful. So you are quiet as culty church mouse as you ascend these wooden creaky stairs, and you come up to the crest to see like a grassy open space ringed by trees with that church you saw in the photo in the Historical Society directly in the middle of it.
Oh, good.
You can see there are some flickering lights on inside through the stained glass windows. You don't see anybody really outside.
I have to say, for a town that apparently has 7 people living in it, these are a lot of churches.
So many churches.
I mean, there are probably more before the other world times came about.
I mean, you did see at least 2 churches in the like normal daytime world.
Maybe this church isn't there in the normal daytime world. We already saw a case that isn't there in the normal daytime world. It's there in the other world.
Still a shit ton of churches.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
And this one looks like the church in the photograph, but it is like the paint has been stripped away from it. The wood is like rotting and kind of falling away from it. It has like a metal version of the halo of the sun kind of inset above the door in it, and like a weird old-fashioned bell.
Is there any kind of name on the church?
There's a little sign outside that you would usually have like the marquee of like when services is. There's no letters on it or anything, but it just says Rebirth above it in like hand-painted letters.
Cool. Well, we're not learning anything standing out here.
Mm-hmm.
Do we sneak in? Do we go in the front?
Let's do a perimeter search and see if there's another way in. Because, going straight through the front of the creepy, may not be there in normal times church just seems... That's ballsy even for me.
While we're sneaking around, can I do the sight again?
Yeah.
For sensing the invisible and things of that nature?
Yeah.
It's a 6.
Okay. So, as you're sneaking around do you want to go left side or right side?
Right side.
Okay. So you sneak around the right side of the church. And there's nothing at ground level, like entry-wise. It's just kind of dilapidated clapboards and whatnot. But as you sneak around to the back, you see there's a small cemetery here. And this scene you recognize from one of your nightmares.
Oof.
And you can see in the center of it, closest to the church itself, there is one grave that is open.
Everything about this is bad. I'm gonna start backing away.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to read a bad situation, determine our best plan of attack for getting inside and seeing what's going on. That's a 6.
That's a 6?
That's a 6.
Okay.
Can I help? Let's help.
Sure.
I will take any help you want to give me.
And say that... How exactly am I helping? I'm going to, So you're trying to see, like, what the best way to get inside would be?
Yeah, the best way to get inside without being noticed.
Mm-hmm.
If you just want to roll, also read a situation, we
Okay,
can
cool.
just combine.
Great.
Well, there's also help out where you just roll plus cool.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
There's
Yeah,
help
Yeah,
out
I'll
move.
do that.
Help him notice.
Trying to think of, like, a story way that I'm helping
Yeah.
him. I was like, oh,
Helping him taste out the joint.
yeah. Just gonna add my eyes using luck, because that was a terrible roll.
Okay, so we'll say that's a success for your situation, and you want to know what the best way
and-
in is.
That's gonna let you act as if you just rolled a 12,
Oh,
regardless of what you actually
So I get to hold 3. What's the best way in?
So you know if you go in the front door, you're probably likely to be seen.
Right.
There isn't a back door, but if you look closely, you can see that there is a tunnel in that open grave.
Cool. Good. Are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
Well, whatever's inside the church that's happening is very dangerous,
Probably
but you
dangerous.
came here expecting that.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
The danger is inside the church.
Lovely. What is the biggest threat?
The biggest threat is you are sensing a new presence that you have not met before in Silent Hill. Inside the church.
Okay. Alright, so I've got bad news and worse news. Bad news is, I think that, I'm guessing that Carolyn is in the church.
Well, at least we're in the right place.
The worst news is the best way to get in is through a tunnel through that open grave. So, I'll let you decide which is worse.
Busting in through the front door or going in through the grave.
If it even leads there.
Well, if he's sensing that there's a tunnel that goes through the open grave and into the church, I do trust him.
It is a
For
hole
that,
with a
anyway.
tunnel that goes directly towards the
Right.
church,
There's a
so
good-
it's
As much as I trust his family to try to bring about the end times.
Okay.
As I jump into the grave, I'm like, called it.
We're gonna hear the end of this. Alright.
as you one by one walk over and jump into the grave, you each see that it bears your name on the grave.
Lovely. Cool. Love it. Hate it. Thanks, I hate it.
You're welcome. So now you're in a dark, dirt-lined tunnel, walking towards what appears to be a fairly normal church basement, by all intents and purposes, from what you've seen.
I get the feeling they don't play bingo down here.
Oh, please bingo in the basement anyway. I don't actually know. Maybe they do play bingo in basements.
Maybe.
Blood bingo.
Blood bingo.
I don't know what blood bingo is, but I'm sure they play it there.
And there is a stairway kind of in the right corner that leads, in either side, that leads upstairs.
Everything's still really otherworldly?
Less so here, weirdly.
Okay.
I mean, it's still creepy,
Right.
because it's like a cult church, but it's less, like, rusted and covered in metal.
It's going to be so great.
Yeah. You can hear kind of faint voices from above.
Are they talking?
there-
Are they singing?
It's kind of chanty.
Sound anything like the music we heard on the radio on the way
A
in?
little bit, yeah.
Oh, good.
Is there anything being stored in the basement, like bottles of sacrificial wine or something?
Sure, yes. In fact, it actually kind of looks like someone's been living down here. There's, like, a hospital bed on one side and, like, a wheelchair, and then there's, like, kind of like a table set for, like, meals and stuff and, like, bookshelves.
I'm actually gonna go look for wine bottles and like strip some fabric off of the bed because I'm going to
Make some Molotov
Molotov
cocktails.
out
I love
of
it.
some wine.
Beautiful. Perfect.
Nice.
Yes. Okay. I'm not going to make you roll to do that. You can just do that.
Cool. I do that then.
Great.
All right. Should we take a look?
Do we have another choice?
Not really. Okay. I'm gonna take a peek. See
Yeah.
what fun things they're doing.
Yep.
I'm sure it's not a fashion show.
I mean, maybe it is, but it'll be the worst fashion show ever.
Right. Okay.
All right.
I don't know what that would be. Would that be...
Do you want to read a bad situation? Because you're just trying to, like, peek up and get a look at what's happening, yeah?
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
Ooh. Ooch.
All right, I'm gonna burn a luck to let you screw with my doom again.
Uh-huh. Doom options?
Failure and hosts of monsters.
Oof. Okay. All right. You got it. So you peek up around the staircase, and you do get a good look at what's going on, but it also gets a good look at you.
Oh, good. Lovely.
And you see your friend Miss Ellis from the Historical Society there in full religious regalia, and Victoria, your friend, who is not dead, but is definitely tied up and about to be sacrificed. And a very pale, kind of like sickly-looking woman who looks very similar to Miss Ellis in like a long white flowing dress, seated in a chair opposite Victoria. So we have like Victoria in the center in like a big red painted sigil on the floor, with Miss Ellis, who has a sacrificial dagger in her hand, and a seated woman who is the person that you sensed that you didn't know.
Okay.
And she has kind of like a strange, like, aura about her.
Cool.
But she notices you. She locks eyes onto you, is the thing that happens. And kind of smiles like a weak smile at you.
Let her go. They already see me.
Oh yeah?
No.
Are we yelling or not?
No, we're not.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so Miss Ellis does not see you, but the seated woman does.
Okay.
And Victoria has her back to you, so she doesn't see you.
Okay. Check us out.
I have an idea.
Hurry.
But you have that vial of blood, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay, put it on the pyramid. I'm gonna take Carolyn out, then Miss Ellis.
While
Go
you
for
guys
the
are
woman in white.
arguing, you hear like a muffled gurgle scream and like a thud.
Too late, I guess. Fuck.
The body hits the floor.
You
And
let
the
the
chanting-
bodies hit the floor.
The chanting continues.
Okay, well then I'm just gonna bust up and take out Carolyn Ellis.
Okay, so roll tough to kick some ass.
That is an 11.
11. Okay, so you burst up the stairway, level your shotgun at Carolyn, who is standing over the limp body of Victoria with her bloody knife, looking very pleased with herself, like chanting to the heavens, and direct hit her in the torso, which, let's see how much harm capacity she has. She looks very worse for wear, very close to dead, but is not completely dead, and falls to the floor. You also notice that Victoria's blood is, like, moving across the floor in tendrils towards the woman seated in white, and it's flowing, like, up her, like, dress into her, like, face
Oh.
and absorbing into
I'm on
her
it.
skin.
Okay, so I'm gonna take the vial of blood, or the red vial, and the pyramid, and use the word Aglyphotis, I think is the way it was pronounced.
Sure.
And I'm gonna try to use magic to see if I can banish whatever the hell she is.
Okay.
Yay!
10.
10. Nice. Okay. So you grab the two of those things, and you realize that if you combine them, you can, like, pry open the top of the triangle and pour the red liquid inside of it.
Okay.
And you get your vision again of your mother hucking it at her sister, and you're like, oh! So you get the feeling that, like, this will harm her.
Okay. Great. I will do that thing.
Yay! Okay. Roll to throw an object at a monster.
Oh, no. Can... I don't know. I guess that would be tough. Unless you want to make it a weird roll.
Let's see.
Because it's
Yeah,
magic?
you can use magic.
Okay,
That's fine.
good.
I will let you use
It's a
magic
much
for this.
better roll. It's a 10.
Nice. Okay, so she's a stationary target, which is great. She's sitting down, and she's distracted by the fact that blood fingers are worming their way into her body actively. So you pour the thing in there, and you, like, huck it at the seated, sickly-looking lady, and it, like, sticks to her chest, and the blood kind of stops for a second, and, like, starts to reverse a little bit. It's like kind of like 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forwarding itself. So it's slowing the transformation down, but things are still happening.
Oh, good. Okay.
I'm gonna light a bottle of wine on fire and throw it in.
Beautiful.
Or I'm gonna try to.
I love it.
So, oof. That is a 7.
7. Okay. So you light the bottle of wine on fire, and are you throwing it at her? I'm guessing.
That's my intended target, but it might not be where it actually lands.
Yeah. So let's say, because it's a 7, you land it kind of on the altar, like, behind her.
Mm-hmm.
And the altar cloth catches fire, and it's, like, wicking towards her.
Yeah.
But it, like, you didn't hit her with it. So she is, like, trying to get away from it, but she is not well and is actively transforming into something horrible.
Okay.
Will her trying to get away from that actively help me shooting her with a shotgun? I'm not paying attention or anything like that?
Well, she's less stationary than she was before, so she's a worse target, but she's not paying attention to you because she's trying to get away from the fire.
Oh, time cheater.
Do the thing.
No, that's not good. That's a 5.
Ooh. Okay, so you go to shoot her, but her, like, left arm, like, she's trying to drag herself away from the fire because she's fallen out of the chair and is dragging herself away. Her left arm has just, like, elongated to, like, twice its normal length, grabbed onto the floor and, like, lurched her out of the way. So the shotgun blast misses her narrowly, but also now she has a monster arm.
Beautiful.
Okay. Wow. I am going to take another shot at her with my shotgun.
Okay.
Sounds like a good idea. Things have happened.
Yeah.
I'm going to use my luck to make it a 12. That was a 4, which plus my... No, you know what? That would have been a 7.
7?
But... Yeah, so that would have been a 7. Which under kick some ass would have been you and whatever you're fighting inflict harm on each other. So I actually would have hit her.
Okay. Do you want to keep that, or do you want to use your luck?
I want to, you know what? I'm gonna keep that, because I think it's fun, and I'm a berserker. And
you're-
like, F all of this noise.
Yeah. Your
Bring it,
shotgun
bitch.
does three harm, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Great. So, you shoot her in the now gigantic monster arm, and she screams in pain. It's obviously hurt her, as the other arm kind of like chunks out into the same length, and she grabs her chair and chucks it at you, hitting you for, let's see, it's a chair, so...
You may not use harm moves on me.
Oh, right, I can't. Right. But it takes effect at the end of the fight, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It hits you, but you shrug it off.
Cool.
For now. So it knocks you down, but you get back up.
Never gonna keep her down.
Yeah. So now she has two monster arms and is dragging herself towards both Carolyn on the ground and towards you.
I'm going to take the locket that was found in the memorial and hold it and try to channel the energy I've felt in the town and try to use it against Carolyn. Try to basically use the magic that's in the town against her.
Interesting. Against Carolyn or the new lady?
The new lady.
New lady.
New lady. Monster lady.
Monster lady.
Trying to, again, like, either bind her or banish her. Like,
Okay.
get the fuck out. That is an 8.
8. Okay. So you're using the one that you found in the memorial, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you grab that and try to channel like your like good energy into it, basically, to try and like slow her down. And a light starts shining out of it, which like momentarily blinds her. So she kind of like loses her way for a second and like is distracted.
Lovely.
So that will give whoever attacks her next like a +1.
Lovely. And then you get to pick a glitch, because it was a 7 to 9.
The glitch is that the light from that kind of jolts Carolyn on the floor into like she had kind of passed out from the gunshot wound, and it kind of like wakes her up a little bit. She sees what's happening and like screams, "My sister!" And then she picks up the ceremonial dagger and cuts her own neck.
Oh. That's not good. Okay.
You want to go, or you want me to go?
Go for it.
Alright. More fire!
More fire! Yeah, something's on fire.
And I get a +1?
Yeah.
Cool. I need that. That gives me an 8.
Okay. So you chuck another Molotov cocktail over there, and you so you hit her with an 8. Let's see, and she like starts to catch fire. The blood that's flowing now from Carolyn to her is also a little bit on fire. So she is taking damage, but you also get kind of a like flashback of like, oh yeah, those cult paintings about lighting chicks on fire. Hey, wait a minute.
Oh no.
And you can see that like her skin is bubbling up and she looks like she's in pain, but she also appears to be transforming faster.
Cool.
She is growing in size pretty quickly.
I would like to take a second,
Yeah.
pull back around, because obviously shotguns aren't doing much, and like take out a little penknife and like inscribe like some bullshit rune into my shotgun
Ooh.
Attempting
I like
to enchant it, which would give it +1 harm and plus magic.
Nice. Okay. Do it.
And I'm going to spend luck so that I really do it. Because otherwise it would be 5, and I really want this to happen.
Okay.
So there you go. I now have a magic shotgun.
You now have a magic shotgun. So your regular shotgun does how much damage?
3.
3. Okay.
So it becomes 4 plus
4.
magic.
4 plus magic. Okay. Perfect. Yeah. Okay. She is going to take a swipe at you because... Oh, wait, I can't use harm moves against you. Right. So, let's see. I think you are the next nearest person.
Probably.
Sorry, Austin.
It's alright.
She is going to take a swipe at you for shits and giggles. Let's see. That is going to be a 7. So, she hits you for 2 damage.
Okay, I do have Invincible, which gives me 2 armor.
Perfect. So you get knocked down, but you're fine.
Okay.
It's like you feel like this would have hurt a regular person, but a magical. It's okay.
Thanks, Mom.
Yeah. So this like just crazy long person-sized arm whips out and just like attempts to like drag you to the ground and get tendrils in you, but it does not.
Good.
Next.
Can I help you out with something?
When you say thanks, Mom, and she was like, my sister, and I'm like, is that also your mom? Just wondering. Are they the same person, or am I confusing people?
Carolyn's
You've seen Chinatown.
last name is Ellis.
Oh, thanks. Sorry.
These are not the Gillespies. That would be funny if it was your mom.
Right. Awkward reunion.
Awkward family reunion. Yeah.
Sorry, I got
Who wants to
confused.
murder the monster next?
Well, I have something that I'd like to do,
Okay.
Okay.
and I'd like to shout, Chuck! And throw my now enchanted shotgun to her.
Beautiful.
Cool.
I love it.
Gonna catch the shotgun.
Catch it like midair.
Yeah, I'm gonna catch it midair in such a way that, like, I pump the shotgun as it comes
Yes.
down in true Hollywood style.
Yes.
And I'll shoot her with that shotgun.
Get it.
Okay. And I'm going to use a... So that was a... Yeah, that would still only be a 6. I'm using a
Yeah.
luck to complete the amazing amount of coolness that I just described.
Yes.
And, like, as I... Like, so I... In the same motion that I, like, grab that shotgun and pump it, I'm, like, holstering mine behind me and pulling it around.
Yes.
And I shoot the woman with the enchanted shotgun.
So as he throws it, her gigantic now like 5-foot head like watches it go like through the air, fall into your hands. You pump it, and she's looking directly at you when you shoot her in the face.
Yep.
1, 2.
And that would be a, I guess that's a 4 damage, and then on a 12 plus, my attack can inflict double the normal harm.
Dang.
Oh. Oh my.
Yes. All right. So you level this magic shotgun covered in runes straight at like between the eyes of this like half-born arcane god that is transforming monstrous in front of you, and you pull the trigger and it just opens the entire top of her head.
Nice save. That was
You
for
two
Reese.
1000ers.
And it sprays horrible god blood all over the inside of this church. And you hear kind of like a soft, faint version of that air raid siren. And outside the window, you start to see a little bit of light just peeking up through the stained glass.
I got him for you, Reese. I got him.
Oh, go outside.
How much damage would that chair have done to me?
like 3 damage. We were trading harm, so. Oh yeah.
So it's 1 with the because I have 2
Yeah,
armor.
because you have armor. So you're a little bruised. You're like, oh, my ribs. I feel like I took the chair to the torso.
It's like I walk over and I'm like, thanks, asshole.
You guys walk outside, and it's daytime. You can actually see sunlight. It's not fog. There's actual daylight coming through the trees. You can hear, like, the water lapping at the edges of the island. And you hear a whisper of your name, Charlie, from out back of the church.
Yeah. I go out to investigate it.
And you find where the horrible open grave that you had to jump through was before. There's a cute little, like, nice headstone with a little angel on it and some flowers in front of it, and it says your brother's name on it.
I'm just gonna sit down next to it and, like, cry. I'm just gonna cry.
But you get, like, a sense of, like, thank you. Like, you feel his presence a little bit.
Like, touch the headstone. I love you, big bro.
And you see on the shore just, like, the outline of a woman that you recognize from the photograph that you saw before. It's just, like, you can see this, like, the sun coming up, and she's silhouetted against it, and she just waves at you and then blows you a kiss.
I'll wave back and take a deep sigh and kind of just relish in that moment and realize it's time to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Time to get the fuck out of Silent Hill. And you have a rowboat
We do.
at your disposal. And the shore is a lot closer than it looked before.
That's so nice.
Yeah. You're like, oh, it's like right there. Why did it take us like a half hour to
I
row
went
out?
a long way, apparently.
Yeah.
We actually rode in like some circles as we were like weren't paying attention. We couldn't see the fog.
So you row back to where you left your car, question mark, which I think was outside of the elementary school.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which is now like it's a perfectly normal looking elementary school. There's like there's actually children like going into it. And you're like, what the actual fuck? Cuz like people are just going about their day. And there's people out and about.
That might be the creepiest thing of all.
Yeah.
Mm.
And you all are like covered in blood, just like, ugh. Yeah. And you get in your station wagon and you get the fuck out of Silent Hill.
Fuck yeah. Result.
Mm-hmm. I think as they're driving away, Quinn turns to Ripley and is just like, when's the next lesson?
God. Credits.
Beautiful.
It was so much fun.
Yay.
That was awesome.
Yay. That was fun. Oh, and Quinn, you sleep your first nightmareless sleep in months.
Yes! So I can this be real life!
No. The next night you have nightmares again. But you got one night reprieve.
You got one.
Damn it all!
Just one.
Does Ridley ever like
Or Ridley rather than
Ridley find his
Oh yeah. What was your fellow investigator's friend's name?
I didn't even... Henry, I don't know.
Henry.
Could it have also been Chuck?
Coincidentally, also Chuck.
Coincidentally also Chuck.
Yeah. You, as you're driving out of town, you spot his car parked
Poor bastard.
in one of the parking lots in Silent Hill. So he's either dead or still in there. You'll find him on the internet, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just tell people about him on the internet.
All right. Well, thank you guys for coming on this journey to Silent Hill with me. It was super fun.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. That was a great
This was
game.
great. Yeah. So let's go to happyjacks.org/shows for the schedule for all of our regular games. On Monday, we will be back for Shadowrun.
And I'll be joining you as guest.
Yay! Very exciting.
Nice.
Alternating Mondays, we have Things from the Flood with Mac and myself. Everybody else?
We have Exodus, final episode
One
of Exodus
last time.
tomorrow.
And then on alternating Sundays, we have Call of Cthulhu.
Nice.
But yeah, final episode of Exodus tomorrow.
Ooh.
We either defeat the big bad or we all die. One of the two.
Very exciting.
Go ahead. You can also find me over at 12-Sided Stories, where I'm currently GMing a game of Vampire 5e called Unquiet Blood, it's a fully produced podcast, so check it out. Again, it's 12-Sided Stories.
It's awesome. Y'all should listen.
It's very good.
Mac is a great GM too.
Yay! Yes, she is.
Mm-hmm.
Very much so.
And then I, on Wednesdays, am here for Masks Eidolon Academy, which is every Wednesday, which is kind of awesome because then we don't have too much time to forget what's going on. And it's a ton of fun. So you check it out. We just started. I think we're on session 2 or 3. I don't remember.
Nice. Yay!
Yay!
Awesome. Well, this has been Monster of the Week Silent Hill edition with first-time GM, me, Sam. Yay! Thanks for bearing with me as I blunder my way through a horrible nightmare town. And come back for more. Yay!
Yay!
Bye,
Thanks, everybody.
If I told you the things I've seen on my ways, if I told you the things I've done in my days, you wouldn't believe me anyway. So it's best I just don't say. I've lived 1,000